Periods of rain Friday night and a chilly 42. The rain comes to an end Saturday morning. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
And paid for by America First Tax Group. Attention, if you or your business is behind in filing your tax returns, or if you owe over $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS, please listen carefully. The IRS does not joke around and will not stop their collection efforts. If you're tired of the IRS letters, levies, liens, or wage garnishments and would like to get a fresh start, we can help. Due to the financial hardships in the country, the IRS is making it easier than ever to settle tax problems for those who owe more than $10,000. We can help settle your delinquent tax problems, end all collections, and may even reduce your back taxes significantly. Even if you can't afford to pay your back taxes, you can still get the help you need. We've helped thousands of taxpayers just like you. But you must call 800-212-5471 today to stop your tax problem from getting worse. The information is free and the help is real. Call 800-212-5471. That's 800-212-5471. Again, 800-212-5471.
You wouldn't trust a butcher to babysit your pet pig. You wouldn't trust a lumberjack to repair your antiques. Or a professional wrestler to be your massage therapist. So why would you trust anyone but AMCO to fix your car? For over 50 years, we've been the trusted experts in transmission repair.
AMCO offers easy payment plan options for most any credit situation, so you can fix it fast and pay it off slow at AMCO.
AAMCO.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they were very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
No paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Do you have multiple years of unfiled taxes or owe more than $8,000? The attorneys at Allies Tax Relief are your ally and will stop the IRS from garnishing your wages or them levying your bank account. Call 800-230-5174.
The Annie Fry Show YouTube live chat poll of the day is sponsored by Ruler Foods. Low prices, no coupons. Ruler Foods.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Oh, I think you'll see a lot of energy from the president. Again, I'll remind you, John, last year, in real time, he schooled the Republicans who were talking about Medicare and Social Security and made sure they committed to taking that off the table. That's the kind of energy you saw last year. That's the kind of energy I see every day when I'm working with the president. And that's what you'll see tonight, a president who's going to talk about where we were in 2021, how far we've come, and the unfinished business.
YouTube live chat poll for today, Thursday, March 5th. Can Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union, yes or no? And just listening to Tom Perez, who is a senior White House advisor, lie through his friggin' teeth about what happened last year. They were never, the Social Security stuff that he's talking about there, the Medicaid, that's a lie. That is an absolute lie. And if you went back and watched the State of the Union when that was going on, you could see Kevin McCarthy emphatically shaking his head no. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is in the back like, you're a liar, or something like that. It's a lie. And if you want to rewrite history for your own benefit, if you feel the need to do that, then you're losing. And I think Biden kind of is. So go to the Annie Fry YouTube channel. Couple notes of interest on the YouTube stream right now. If you go to the YouTube channel where we're broadcasting live at this point in time, in the live chat portion of today's live broadcast, you can tell us if there's anything that Biden can do to change your opinion of him via that State of the Union address tonight. We're going to discuss that in a minute here with Ryan and Brad. But the other thing is we don't traditionally have 2 broadcasts scheduled. We are going to be going live from my house tonight. And I said to the guys, we were rearranging our storage area. I've got a lot of stuff out in my basement. I think that we're going to be in the living room tonight, which means I don't know what my kids are going to do. But I don't think that they can take away from the State of the Union. I think that they might just add flavor.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a problem if any of your kids show up. It
is their house.
Yeah, they have the right to be there. Brad's probably going to give him a look here or there.
He does. He has that dad look.
Yeah.
That stern gaze.
Yeah, slight little head shake, like, no.
But overall, I think America is really, really looking forward to the State of the Union. Sorry, I couldn't get through that.
And since we're laughing about it, we need to help get you through it, and we're going to play Biden Bingo tonight. As we've been talking about, we've played it several times here on the show so far. I sent you guys a picture of the last speech that I played Biden Bingo with. We were sitting in the car, and it was the one after he went to the border. And I have to tell you, when we were sitting there, my kids play. My kids know that we have this. They heard that we have this, and they're like, we have to play. Mom, if Biden's speaking, they're like, give me the phone, give me the phone, give me the phone, because they want to play Biden Bingo. And he was I don't let him do it if it's just a clip, but he was speaking after he visited the border, and there were 2 things left on our Biden Bingo card. And at this time, we had 30 cards. So anybody who accesses it, and we've had people out there who've played before, of course. I think we ran out of them last time. I have purchased 500 bingo cards, so we can have 500 people play tonight.
So you took the plunge.
I did.
Okay.
I took the plunge. I was happy to be the sponsor of our own Biden Bingo, but we had such popularity with it while we were playing it on the show. Tonight is the perfect opportunity. I'm hoping for some coveralls. We'll see who gets the first one. But when he was giving his border speech, we were sitting there. You can see I had a bingo straight across the middle.
Yeah, that's great. That's worth $1,500.
Yeah, it's like, what did I say? Is this like, whose line is it anyway? The points don't matter. 2 spots that we had left open. One was yells, and the other one was really mean it. And at the end of Joe Biden's speech, he goes, "This is America!" I really mean it. And in the car, we were all like, yeah! It was like a great success for the Fry family, myself and my 2 kids. So you're going to be able to join us in that tonight. And if you want to get access to a bingo card, there are a limited amount of bingo cards, and I'm going to put it out with some people on Twitter tonight as well. If you want to reserve your card right now, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Go onto the Annie Fry YouTube channel, and you'll see that we have our video scheduled to go live this evening for our coverage. And we're going to do kind of a Mystery Science Theater thing from my living room, maybe with kids, maybe with the dog. Who knows what's going to happen. I'm going to get us more chicken wings, if you guys are okay with that.
Oh, yeah, chicken wings are great.
I'll be all right. Yeah, I can handle
stuff?
that. I'll make that sacrifice.
I'm not lying. The last time we had Hannah over, I think, was it the state? No, it was election night.
Yeah.
It was election night. She texted me, Hannah, our old associate producer, and by old I mean young, texted me within the last 6 weeks, hey, so on election night, what was the Wingstop order that you placed? She really wanted to know what kind of wings we had.
She told me that this morning.
They were delicious. And so we're going to go back to Wingstop and enjoy the evening with you. And if you want to reserve your bingo card, and I encourage all of them are mixed up and different, go on to the Annie Fry YouTube channel, and you'll see that we have a video scheduled to broadcast tonight. I think it starts at 7:45. And in the description of that video, you can claim your bingo card. We'll put it out again later. I just don't know. I don't know how rapidly they're going to get scooped up. And when you sign up for one, you can put your name in. So if you talk to us on the YouTube live every day by a particular moniker, put that in and we'll know who you are.
Yeah, and not that we're consummate professionals here every day, but
we're professionals. It's just questionable as to at what.
At what, yeah, and at what level. These nights, which come, a couple times a year maybe, we really kind of let loose a little bit. So it is fun. Like if you listen to the show and at any point in your day and you enjoy it, this is a great opportunity to sort of hang out with us in a different way.
Yeah. And we will be reading your comments throughout the course of the night. And we're going to check in on Donald Trump's Truth Social.
Yeah, he's supposed to be live truthing throughout the night.
Yeah, we are going to watch that as well. So we're just going to have fun with it, and we want you to participate. Go to the Annie Fry YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the channel while you're there. If you hit the notification bell, you'll get a notification anytime we go live. But in the description of tonight's YouTube live broadcast, you can get your bingo card. Also, 97.1 will be airing coverage. So if you're not in a position to hang out with us and play with us, certainly we want to make sure that you keep it right here on 97.1 FM Talk because we got you covered. What can you kind of lay out for us what we're going to be doing?
We're actually starting a little bit before the State of the Union. So we're going to have coverage of everything happening starting at 7 tonight through who knows how long he'll speak. Usually it's a little over an hour. So I'm sure it'll not wrap up right when he gets done. I imagine we'll go till about let's see, he starts at 8, so I think we'll go to about, I was going to say 10 or 11. I don't know. We'll see. It happens live, so if he goes really long, it could be one thing. If he goes really short, it could be another. But we'll start at 7.
So the YouTube live chat poll for today in the broadcast that's live there right now, can Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union? By the way, I hate the way I worded this question, but I was in a hurry. Is there anything he can do tonight to change your opinion of him?
Yeah, he can change my opinion. He's not going to change the way I vote, but he could change the rhetoric. If he is blaming everybody else for the problems that he has created, then it's going to be business as usual.
Wait, can he improve your opinion of him tonight?
Yeah, he can.
How? What do you need?
He can take credit for the dumb things he's done. That would be the only way for him to do that.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance, and I'm also not saying that that's going to happen. Because he is notorious for this time of year. Democrats in general, I mean, Republicans do this too, but I've never seen Democrats do it as bad as this year. Flip the things that they've decided to do into Republican problems. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. So if he were to take credit or accountability for the problems that he's made.
There's no way that happens.
I agree, but I'm saying, hey, 1 in a billion, he could change my mind.
I also think it's more like the debt. It's 1 in a trillion. I think that the point of the speech, the major point of the speech is going to be the idea that the Republicans in the House are holding up fixing the border.
I can't argue with that, but I think he's going to talk a lot about the economy and how fantastic he's done of being a job creator. I really think that's going to be a major theme tonight.
I don't think that he's going to harp on that as much as you think he is. I don't think that he's not going to talk about it. I think he's going to mention jobs, but I think that Bidenomics is a political dud. And if Joe Biden has proven anything to us, he is a political animal. So he will do whatever the polls say. So if he's scoring poorly on the economy, he's not going to go out there and try to tout his economic success. I think there will be some shots taken at Donald Trump tonight. I think that he will go after him, and he will talk about, insurrection and all that other stuff. I do think another major point that he's going to bring up will be trying to protect reproductive rights, I think is how they phrase it, but protect abortion rights because they're looking for anything that they can get a win on. And
can Biden change your opinion of him tonight?
Sure. If he came out and said, hey, I got it wrong on the border and we did X, Y, and Z wrong and we're going to reverse course on this, I would have more respect for him.
Yeah, he could also come out and endorse Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, this is likely.
If he does those things, if he comes out and says, you know what I've decided I am? MAGA.
Then you can mark that on your bingo card because MAGA's on your bingo card.
That's right. There's a lot of phrases that who knows how he stumbles into them, but if he says them, you can exit off.
But I mean, there's zero chance that's going to happen. But there are things that he could say. Let's see if there's anything positive.
Give me the power. He's going to say that from, I was going to say the pulpit, the podium. He's going to say that from up there. He's going to point at the Republicans sitting in the House going, give me the power.
What's amazing to me is that they let him get away with saying that, but what I really would like to hear, he's not probably going to do this, but what he needs to do and can't do is paint what another 4 years of Biden presidency would look like in America. He can't do that because there's no way to do that positively. But if he attempts to, I think that's probably the only way he could win, not me over, but win the night.
Well, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, described the State of the Union.
I've been asked many times, as many of us have, if you had to describe in one word what you believe the State of the Union is. You've heard the word crisis, you've heard catastrophe. I think maybe a summary is decline. And I say that with great sadness, we all do. But it's because of this president and his administration that we are indisputably in decline.
There's no way that you would hear anybody on the left talking about Joe Biden's age. There's no way that you would hear a Democrat operative, pundit, elected official, anybody talking about the concern that people have about Joe Biden's ability to do the job if he were doing a good job. Here's Hillary.
Somebody the other day said to me, Zerlina, well, but Joe Biden's old. I said, you know what? Joe Biden is old. Let's go ahead and accept the reality. Joe Biden is old. So really, pick between your two old ones and figure out how you're going to save our democracy.
Ha, 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 ha. Oh my gosh, it's like a cheese grater over my face and ears to listen to that woman speak. I looked it up. Hillary Clinton is 76 and Donald Trump is 77. So she's effectively calling herself old. I don't know if she feels that she's aged out. I wonder if the opportunity presented itself for Hillary to swoop in and save the day because Joe Biden is incapacitated in a way that he can't continue on with his job as a two-term president. I really wonder if she'd feel like she were up for the job right now. Because I can 100% guarantee you she wouldn't turn down the opportunity.
Yeah.
She's talking about how he's old. It's not an issue if he's doing a great job. It'd be an asset. Look how great the Democrat policies are that even our old guy can do it. They would be using it as experience and a way to persuade you, like, Democrats, we've got it down. We know what we're doing. Our policies are better. And you'd have a guy like Joe Biden in there who would be able to implement those policies, and we'd feel it. We would know it. You wouldn't have to persuade anybody about anything. But that's not the case. The actual argument from the left, Hillary Clinton sitting on the top of the heap of people who would be able to articulate in a political sense how to handle this type of a situation where you've got an incumbent running for a second term and everyone doesn't know how many naps he needs to take in a day. And if he's capable of shuffling across gravel at an open southern border, Hillary Clinton's actual response is, you're right. He's an old fart, but he's better than the other old fart. That's the actual response of the last person to run as the Democratic nominee for president. You got big problems, Democrats. And if you think you're going to sail and coast into a Biden victory in November by just being not Trump, you are underestimating the ability for the American people to not buy what you're shoveling all of the time down the gullet. It's not as easy for the American people right now to just go, yeah, this Democrat thing, it's working kind of for me. It's not, could be better, but it's not bad. That's not the understanding, especially of those people who generally vote Democrat. I think they got a real problem on their hands. And, we're asking you this question. Can Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union? Ryan, you're a yes.
Yeah, I'm a tentative yes.
Tentative? I'm going to talk you out of it by the end of the show.
No.
Listen to
I'm
you,
going to be a no.
Hey, look, it's not going to change the way I vote.
He changed it in the
I'm going to be a no.
He changed it
And
in
the
the
reason
middle of
I'm
sentence.
a no is because there are things that he can say, but the likelihood of him saying them is 0 or maybe less than 0. So I'm going to be no.
If Joe Biden came out tonight and said, we made some mistakes at the beginning of this presidency and we pulled back on some policies that were keeping our border safe. And tonight, I'm happy to tell you that I am signing those executive orders back into place. I wouldn't believe him. And I'd say you are too late to this party, sir. The only reason you'd be doing it is for politics.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I'd almost be more disgusted at him for doing it now.
Yeah, you know what? I completely changed my vote. Because you're right. Even if he said those things that would be the right things to say.
Like, bull crap.
You're like, yeah, thanks for doing it in 2024.
Yeah.
Why did you do it in 2021?
It's like John McClane in the tower. Welcome to the party, pal.
Yesterday, you were walking around with all your Biden gear on, and listen to you today in that amount of time.
You know what?
It sounds like he has changed your opinion on him.
You guys make good points.
Thank you.
It's your fault.
That's why you listen to portions of the show.
Yeah, once in a while I dip in and I see what's going on.
Biden supporter gets trashed by facts and logic.
You know what we should start doing? We should start having...
Making up lies about me?
I would never do that.
Start doing.
I was going to say, we should have these conversations and then Leah should turn them into shorts.
No.
To try to see if we can get people...
I'll give her some material right now.
I'm just saying they would go viral because the Trump people would love to see you turn around. Like that's so easy to manipulate.
Look, I used to be a Biden supporter. I voted for him in 2020, but now I can't even understand what the guy's doing.
He's a smart man.
See, that's material right there.
Clip that
for
promo.
a clip.
Anywho. Hans von Spakovsky is going to join us when we come back. He is the senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation. And I'm going to ask him about the Fonny Willis stuff. We had Will Scharf in studio yesterday. We talked a lot about immunity yesterday. We also talked about the 9-0 ballot Supreme Court ruling with Will Scharf yesterday. Please check out the podcast if you missed it. Great conversation. You can watch it on the Annie Fry YouTube channel as well. But we didn't get down to the business of the Fonny Willis situation. And that, it really starting to feel like by the minute, it's looking way worse for Fonny Willis. Not just, hey, you might be off this trial, but you might be in some actual legitimate criminal trouble. Is that the case? Hans will tell us when we come back. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
To the tallest of the towers that fall and rise. 1776. Names upon the list of all the ones who gave until they died.
The Retirement Advisory Group is online at retirementkey.com. And when you are thinking about retiring and it's upon you, you have an opportunity right here in March. It's March 26th. It's a Tuesday to sit down for free. And it's not a long time, just enough to give you information to answer some questions that you have about how to shift out of your career into your retirement. And you don't want to miss the opportunity to make the right moves to protect that retirement, which is why we have the Protecting Your Retirement educational event, aptly named, Tuesday, March 26th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to get there at 6 o'clock. I'm going to hang out with you for about 30 minutes or so. We're going to welcome you in and hand it off to Thomas Helbig. And then he has you for about maybe 45 minutes. It's not a huge amount of time. But if you want to soak up the information for free, plus they have cookies and snacks and drinks, so that doesn't hurt. And Mark Cox and Mark Reardon will be there with me as well. We adore this opportunity to sit down and talk to you guys and to meet you for 30 minutes before it starts. And you get the free opportunity to listen to what Thomas Helbig and the Retirement Advisory Group have to say. You do have to reserve your spot. 314-993-9494. Call 314-993-9494 and join the host of 97.1 listeners who have attended these events and chosen Thomas Helbig and the Retirement Advisory Group. RetirementKey.com.
Mark Cox, join me, Annie Fry, and Mark Reardon, along with Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw of the Retirement Advisory Group. They're holding their next Protecting Your Retirement educational event Tuesday, March 26th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Seats are limited, so go online at retirementkey.com. Here's Thomas with more.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired and wondering what to do with your life savings? Are you concerned about market volatility that's likely to occur as we get closer to the election? Would you like to know why linking to the market is smarter and safer than owning the market? Did you know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can roll over your company retirement plan tax-free to protect your nest egg from any losses and provide more income than your current plan? You'll get all the answers and more. If you're 59 and a half or older, you can't afford to miss this event.
Protect your retirement nest egg and join the official financial advisors of my show, Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw, Tuesday, March 26th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Go online to retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Hello, America. It's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call.
If you don't have consumer cellular yet, now is the perfect time to switch and save. For a limited time, new customers can get wireless service for as low as $15 a month for your first year. Yep, the same exact nationwide coverage as the leading carriers for $15 a month for an entire year. What are you waiting for? Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and use code RADIO15.
See consumercellular.com/firstyear15 for promotional details.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it, and the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. 9 out of 10 homes are under-insulated. Keep the air you're paying to heat where it should be with 15% off attic insulation. For a free estimate on attic insulation, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Missouri school board elections are just around the corner. Mark Cox here. Join me Monday, March 18th at the Sotu Museum in St. Charles for the 2024 Save Our Schools Rally. The event is free, but space is limited. Register at 971talk.com/event.
Listening to the Annie Fry Show on St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
Thank you, everybody. I think it's been very much made clear by the argument and the made today is that there are several legal issues to sort through, several factual determinations that I have to make, and those aren't ones I can make at this moment. And so I will be taking the time to make sure that I give this case the full consideration it's due. I hope to have an answer for everyone within the next 2 weeks. Until that point, if there are any other issues that come up, council can reach out, and we'll have an order posted on the docket. Thank you all.
We the people of the United States.
More perfect.
Your form of our perfect union.
Heritage legal expert Hans von Spakovsky.
Well, Hans, you were listening there to the judge in the Fonny Willis trial situation down there. I remember one time Fonny Willis was like, "You think I'm on trial? I am not on trial. Trump is on trial." And I'm like, it doesn't really feel like that right now. I keep hearing, Hans, that the last week of testimony, especially the last 48 hours, have not gone Fonny's way. What can you tell us?
Oh, they haven't. And in fact, another motion has been filed asking the judge whether the defendants could submit new evidence. The evidence, they say, is testimony from an assistant district attorney in the neighboring county who had Terrence Bradley in her office. Bradley, remember, is the divorce lawyer for Wade, who suddenly couldn't remember all the text.
He couldn't recall if he remembered. Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently they have testimony of this assistant DA saying that Bradley was in her office telling her all about the relationship that Wade had with Willis starting in 2019, and that in the middle of this guy's visit, who should call Mr. Bradley but Fannie Willis? And Willis, she could apparently today said she could overhear Willis telling Bradley not to tell anybody about the relationship.
Yeah, it feels a little like when I was growing up in the 90s, there was all this daytime television because we didn't have cable, so you'd watch like Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake and Jerry Springer, I suppose. But watching some of the stories surface about when they first came out and they first presented their stories and made it seem like it was real clean. By the end of the episode, you were like, this is not as orderly as they presented it at the very beginning. But at the same time, for people who are not legal eagles like yourself, Hans, it can quickly be painted into like, what does any of this have to do with Donald Trump? Why does Fonny Willis and her relationships and who she sleeps with have anything to do with Donald Trump and what he did in Georgia? How do you connect the two?
Because she violated probably at least half a dozen state laws, federal laws, and ethical rules. I'll start with the most obvious one. She apparently did not get approval to hire an outside lawyer, Nathan Wade, from the Fulton County Commission. So that's a violation of state law. Second, she paid Mr. Wade a huge amount of taxpayer money and then went on luxury vacations with him. She claims she paid him back, but they have no receipts, no checks, no
cash.
Nothing. And it is a violation of state law and, frankly, federal law for a vendor, and that's what Nathan Wade was. He was a contract vendor for the county to pay kickbacks to the person paying him. And paying for luxury vacations, that's a kickback. So she may have violated, that's a criminal statute. She may have violated criminal law. But the whole point is, if she didn't have approval to even hire Nathan Wade, that calls into question the entire criminal indictment, because Nathan Wade was crucial in the grand jury indictment of Trump. Well, if he wasn't properly hired, that calls into question the legitimacy of the grand jury indictment. There's at least three other ethical rules of professional conduct of lawyers that she violated, and now, frankly, it looks like she committed perjury, lying under oath in the hearing on all of this, and that's a criminal violation of the law.
Man, I mean, it's just piling up here as they've moved through this. And it seems as though they can't get their story straight. And if you can't get your story straight, that means you're covering for what the truth is. That's what this certainly looks like from where I've been watching. We're speaking with Hans von Spakovsky. He's a senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation. One of the key issues, and I don't know if it's the key issue central to this particular case, but I have picked up on, and I'm hearing people kind of put the spotlight on, these trips to Washington, D.C., and these trips to potentially the White House or meeting with White House counsel. What have you seen that kind of pings on your radar, and are you looking for more information, more detail there?
Well, we do need more detail. This started coming out when folks got hold of the billing records that Nathan Wade sent to the county, which indicated he was having meetings with individuals from the White House, including the White House counsel. I can't think of a reasonable or rational reason why a local DA who is engaged in investigation of the potential violation of state criminal law would have any reason to meet with White House personnel. And that raises a suspicion that this really was a political targeting of Donald Trump, the potential opposition candidate, now with a certainty, the opposition candidate for the president controlling the White House. And frankly, that stinks to high heaven and raises very serious issues about this grand jury indictment, along with all the others raised by Fannie Willis's conduct.
Completely agree. Hans von Spakovsky with us. I want to ask you two questions before we let you go. And the first one is about what happens to Fonny Willis specifically, maybe Wade. I care less about him, I suppose. But what is the future outlook potentially here for Fonny Willis? And then the secondary question, which I want to get to separately, is the Trump trial case in Fulton County, Georgia.
Well, I have to tell you, if I was the judge, there would be more than enough evidence. Frankly, there's overwhelming evidence that I would need to recuse or excuse Fonny Willis from any further handling of this case, Nathan Wade also, and her entire office. That's the way the rules work in the state of Georgia. And I can say that as I'm licensed to practice law in Georgia. So the proper thing for the judge to do is to recuse all of them and to transfer this entire criminal case to another county where a different DA can re-examine all of the evidence and decide whether the case is to be continued. But that's not the end of it. He then needs to refer both Nathan Wade and Fonny Willis to the State Bar Association for a violation of their ethical misconduct. And frankly, he needs to also refer her to the State Attorney General and the U.S. Attorney to investigate the possible violations of state and federal law. I would hope that a new DA would realize what a bogus case this is from the very beginning, and that it's attempting to criminalize First Amendment protected activity and would just, frankly, dismiss the whole thing. That's what ought to happen.
Hans, just like a follow-up to that first question there, because if you're watching, it is amazing to me to think back on Fonny Willis's temperament when she was on the stand, and the arrogance and the just hostility that she had. If she had a relationship with Nathan Wade, and I think it's important to say she can have a relationship with Nathan Wade. She just can't hire him and pay him all of this extravagance. Like, you can have relationships with people. She's not. That's correct, isn't it? That you can have a relationship, you just can't have a business partnership on the taxpayer dime and a relationship.
Well, he's working for her.
Right.
And everybody out there who's in the business world knows how much trouble you can get into under employment laws if a supervisor has let's say a sexual relationship with somebody who's working for them. And yet that's exactly what was going on here. But what makes it worse is that, look, Wade has no experience whatsoever in prosecuting these type of felonies. So why in the world would she hire him? The only possible reason, it seems, for her to hire him is because of their adulterous relationship.
So the question that I have that is kind of a head scratcher for me, if they were going to get challenged on this, and it was to me it seems so obvious, like you said, that this is the type of relationship they had. It was inappropriate. It was going to come out that it was inappropriate. It seems as though trying to hold on tight to cling to this case, that they've exposed themselves to a lot of embarrassment and potential criminal liability for perjury, among other things. Why wouldn't they have just recused themselves from the case? That would have been a possibility, wouldn't it? That they could have chosen to take themselves off the case and hand it over to someone else?
Yeah, they could have, but think about her manner and what was behind this. I'm convinced that what's behind this case was a local DA who nobody had ever heard of thinking, this is the case that can drive my political ambitions and bring me to the national stage and bring it to the attention of Democrats nationally. And so there's no way she wants to recuse herself, because she sees this case as her ticket to stardom in the Democratic political world.
Yeah. Seems like she was clinging on to something other than a trial or a case that she thought was going to be able to see its natural conclusion, whether she was on it or not. Hans, we appreciate you. Thanks for being with us. Look forward to getting your thoughts on the State of the Union next week.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Bye-bye. The senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation, DOJ lawyer and author of Our Broken Elections, How the Left Changed the Way You Vote, Hans von Spakovsky. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Ryan Wiggins is going to give you some tips to help you sleep and be refreshed when you wake up. Care of CNBC and his report on that. So stick around. Brian Wiggins and Wiggins America back in studio when we return. Tyrus and Congressman Mike Bost. We'll see what he's doing to prepare for the State of the Union tonight at 1:25. Go vote in the YouTube live chat poll. Can Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union? Yes or no? Annie Fry YouTube channel, Wiggins America. We come back.
The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
How's the people living in the street? Oh, there's a solution. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Right through the revolution.
Air Comfort Service, 314-513-0091. They have replaced both the furnace and air conditioner in my home, and March is one of those months where you might use both in the same day, let alone the same month. If you know that you have concerns firing up the AC again this spring and summer, or if the furnace is on its last leg, you can reach out to Air Comfort Service at 314-513-0091. Get a free estimate. One of their project managers can go over all the options to keep your home and your family comfortable all year long. That's what they did for us when our furnace went out a few Christmases ago. They gave us the option to fix it. They gave us the option on a couple of different units that we could invest in. And we ultimately decided that the life of that air conditioner that was put in when the home was built was probably not going to last that much longer with the repair. So we spent the money and we replaced it. And I felt comfortable doing that with Air Comfort Service because I trust them. And you can too. 314-513-0091. That's 314-513-0091. They offer 0% financing for up to 72 months on new HVAC equipment. Don't miss out on that. You could also qualify for tax credits. All the details online at aircomfortservice.com.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
The needs of modern businesses are always changing, but corporate cards haven't evolved in decades. Until now. Meet Ramp, the all-in-one finance platform that combines corporate cards with spend management software. Ramp is the only card designed to actually help your business spend less, not more. With Ramp, you can set custom controls to stop out-of-policy spend before it even happens. And Ramp software even does expense reports for you. No more manual entries, no more chasing receipts. And with best-in-class accounting integrations, you'll close your books in days, not weeks. Ramp gives you better insights and a real-time view of all company spend, so you can stay focused on the big picture and build a healthier business. Join over 15,000 businesses who have switched to Ramp and start saving an average of 5%. Modern finance runs on Ramp. And now get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/free. That's ramp.com/free.
Okay, so you filed your taxes this year, but you know you have past IRS issues. And now the IRS letters are coming. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. Don't ignore those IRS letters. They're important and give you rights and deadlines to defend yourself. Waiting could cause you to lose those rights. Call the Lance Story Law Firm now and let us help you get ahead of the IRS and defend your rights while you still have time. The Lance Story Law Firm is located here in St. Louis, so take the first step and hire a tax resolution attorney. We've made it super easy to schedule your free consultation in person, or you can do a phone call and save travel time. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Lance Story Law Firm. Call today at 314-260-6120. That's 314-260-6120. Or go visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Life is challenging and ever-changing. Take control with passive income through real estate investing. Learn how. Learn now. Let Del Walmsley and Lifestyles Unlimited's investors and mentors show you. Meet Del's team live in St. Louis 2 days only at the Hilton Frontenac. Saturday and Sunday, April 27th and 28th. Register now at GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. That's GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Enter promo code 2024 for a special discount offer. Give Me totalfreedom.com. Code 2024.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
STL Today is named Under Law 2023's best St. Louis law firm. We'll continue to make a difference, one case at a time.
When you're injured, call Onder Law at 314 or 618-9000000.
The Annie Fry YouTube live chat poll of the day. Can Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union? Yes or no? Annie says yes. Surprised. A little surprised. Annie says yes.
You can tell Ryan's a Biden supporter.
Yeah.
Huge.
No, you can't. This is my spot.
This is my show.
This is my spot.
Your spot. You're so careful, Annie. Your spot is the next segment.
Wiggins America coming up next. Right now, that's the Annie Fry YouTube live chat poll that you can vote in as every day. 1248. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
The voice for hardworking, free-thinking Americans.
St. Louis is home for conservative talk.
You're listening to 97.1 FM Talk.
Yeah, yelling's getting loud. Keep it down now.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Fry Show.
Keep it down now. Keep it down now. Noise is closing in from all sides, warning all the ways to die. They say you better give up, you better give up. I'll be an army, no, you're not gonna stop me getting through.
Wiggins! Oh! Wiggins!
How many oatmeal cream pies should you eat before tonight's State of the Union?
5 or 6.
Oh no, you can't have a
The double deckers, not the small ones.
I'll get you one.
Of the big ones?
Chicken wings. Yeah, whatever's out there.
Okay. Yeah, give me whatever's left in the inventory.
Okay.
And I'll just smash it into my face at 2:45.
I'm not gonna eat it. You're just gonna hang out with it.
Yeah. Make it into a bigger oatmeal pie.
Maybe I'll eat my oatmeal cream pie. Maybe me and my oatmeal cream pie will hang out.
Okay. I can't make fun of you for stammering through that because I do that too often.
Yes.
This is Wiggins America, and my goal in this 5 minutes or so is to give you great advice on how to weather daylight savings this weekend.
Hate it.
And by the way, for you grammar nuts, I am using the possessive when I say daylight savings, so get off my back.
You okay?
Here are
he needs an oatmeal cream
busy ER doctors' tips on how to wake up refreshed every day.
No, you can't go to that job tired.
No, you can't. So they say this is how we wake up refreshed and we treat you so well.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, minimize the light in the room.
Big fan.
I cannot sleep if it's daytime almost ever.
Oh, you mean like when you're sleeping? Not just as a general rule.
Yeah.
I kind of am a vampire.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're up all night.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
being out in the warm sun, but like casually, not for labor purposes.
Yeah, it's weird. The couple times that I've been over recently, you had all that, you were going to grill, which is super cool. And you were like drinking the blood out of the bottom of the
It was
carton.
cherry juice. I told you it was cherry juice.
You said that, but I didn't believe you. Number 2.
Funny that you tell me that now here on the air.
Number 2, decrease the temperature.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Completely agree with this.
What's your AC set at night in the summer?
Okay, it's probably about 67. Although we have one of the old dials, so it's hard to see
it could
exactly what it
could
is.
be anything around there.
Yeah, it's around there.
Could be 63.
We never upgraded to the digital one.
Leah, do you
because
know what
we
the
don't
temperature
trust
is in
Google.
your house at night? What about you, Brad?
67, 66, something like that.
Same. Cold rooms make babies sleep under covers, and covers make babies sleep better.
Okay.
And by babies, I mean like my children. I know you're not supposed to give babies blankets. Just stop it.
Daylight savings possessive.
Mm-hmm. No, but cold, definitely. If it's warm or I was gonna say room temp.
Mhm.
If it's
room temperature.
if it's not cool, it's too warm.
Yeah, because the best way to sleep is bundled in blankets, even if it's the middle of the summer.
Oh, man.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, well, yeah, in the middle of summer when it's all hot and gross out.
Yeah, but then you get it cool inside and it feels great
Yes.
still. Leah told me before coming in here that she does all of these and she was going to shame us.
Yeah. All right.
I did not say that. I just
Wait
said
for it.
Well, paraphrased.
Ryan just feels shamed.
It says avoid eating close to bedtime. I definitely have been doing this, but historically I don't. I've been stopping eating at 8 o'clock every night to just stop the late night snacking because I never stop if I don't.
Are you ever like, gosh, I could really go for some veggies at 9:30?
Heck no.
Like, it's not nothing that you eat late at night is redeeming. I might
No.
eat a banana
I
or
was gonna
something,
say,
but that's still saturated
I
in
had an
sugar.
apple last night.
Yeah.
It's about as close as I get to healthy food at night.
Yeah.
Man, apples covered in caramel.
Oh,
Well, that's
geez.
not what I
Yeah.
had, but okay.
Hold the apples.
Yeah, just keep the apples to yourself. How about this one? Take a warm bath or shower before bed.
I like to take a bath, but I, at this point in my life, can't take a nice, warm, relaxing bath without like at least 2 children like sitting there watching me do it.
Yeah.
It's not relaxing.
Yeah,
And if you take a shower, I have a lot of hair.
me
It's
too.
not fun wear.
Oh God.
Well, I mean, it begs the question.
No, it doesn't.
Please don't.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're having fun. Have your fun. But say something.
None of this is fun.
Don't just do all the fancy jazz hands.
What?
All right.
My point is, as
Okay.
you would totally understand and know,
Yeah.
that when you crawl into bed and if you've got wet hair, it's not pleasant.
Yeah.
Right. Right, Leah?
So I use a hairdryer. What do you do?
I shower in the morning.
Okay.
Number 5 is pick a calming scent. This one seems a little bit ridiculous, but I haven't tried it, so
yeah,
I
that's
can't
the
knock
one
it.
I don't do.
You don't do that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have like a lavender or a eucalyptus or something like that, you can get pillow scents, and you can like put a
On your pillow?
yeah.
Really?
I don't do it now, but it was something I tried when I was pregnant.
Did it work? Peppermint? Were you doing peppermint?
Nothing worked but birthing that child and getting it out.
Okay, good. I'm glad that worked.
It did 4 times. But I did buy a diffuser, and I'm looking for the right scent for the diffuser.
Okay.
Just to I think it's just a constant. I'm combating adolescence in my house,
Yes.
and then it's just like
I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
spray all the things, try to keep it clean. You can never get ahead of it.
Yeah, just try a little eucalyptus.
Mhm.
Number 6,
Mm-hmm.
integrate an exercise routine. They say no matter really the time of the day, if you're exercising at any point, you're going to sleep better at night. True?
Leah?
Yeah.
That has
Yeah?
not held true for me.
The opposite seems true if I exercise in the evening, because then I am amped up. Like after I've
What do
played
you do in
softball.
exercise? Like
Well,
MMA?
like before, yeah. Look, I mean, whether it's in the octagon or it's on the streets and people are just waving money at me, I can't do that stuff in the evening.
People are waving money at you. What
Yeah.
kind of exercise are you doing?
It's like the movie Jean-Claude Van Damme, Lionheart.
Yeah. It's like the
I
movie
don't know the
Pretty
Lionheart,
Woman.
but I do know the Lion Guard. You talk about being in the
It's
streets.
one of those
people
80s
waving
movies. It's either Jean-Claude Van Damme or it's a movie about a prostitute. I don't know which
Everywhere
one.
Ryan goes, people are like
Just
$5.
waving money. Yeah,
Yeah,
just waving money
you
at
just
me.
can't.
I'm
keep
like,
them
I
away.
can't do this. It's the evening. I got to go to bed in like an hour.
It's like the senior citizen program.
Use sound conditioning.
Mm.
This one you've done?
Yeah.
What is this? Smartphone apps and a oh,
like
I guess
white,
okay.
like white noise.
Yeah, okay.
I play like delta waves when I sleep.
Delta
Some of those
waves.
apps are good.
What's delta waves?
I just pull up a video on YouTube and like
Just sound it out for us.
no, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do your impression of it.
Just do. Well,
A
white noise
waterfall.
is like, and brown noise is like.
Yeah,
There's
brown noise is
something
like
different.
last one, sleep. It's so stupid. It's like the most juvenile joke possible. Sleep
here we are.
on a comfortable mattress. Highly recommend getting not only a good mattress, but we've got one that does the little incline now.
Yeah, we have that.
Oh man, it makes a big
get
difference.
yourself a best. When we come home from vacation and I crawl into my bed, it's like perfect
Yeah.
ending to it. Tyrus and Mike Bost, when we come back.
Experience the beauty of custom crafted windows that enhance your home's aesthetics and energy efficiency. Look no further than Infinity from Marvin, proudly brought to you by Lakeside Renovation and Design. Why choose Infinity? These windows are not just strong, they're 8 times stronger than vinyl, providing unmatched security for your home. Plus, with Lakeside's expert installation, you're guaranteed precision and perfection. Visit our showroom or call Lakeside Renovation and Design today. Elevate your home with Infinity from Marvin, where strength meets style.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure, it's just not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of St. Louis Sinus Centers called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, congestion? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with St. Louis Sinus Centers. Call 314-332-2885. 314-332-2885. That's 314-332-2885.
How much do you worry about your debt?
With over $15,000 I owe, constantly it keeps me awake at night.
Accelerated debt settlement can cut your debt by up to 85% and in as little as 7 to 12 months.
I could be free of debt in no time?
That's right. Other debt settlement companies can take years to negotiate down your debt, but accelerated debt settlement moves fast. Just call 1-877-314-1165.
The sooner I don't have to stress about my debt, the better.
Exactly. In just months, Accelerated Debt Settlement's legal team will negotiate your unsecured debt down 60, 80, even 100%. Your debt from credit cards, student loans, timeshares, medical expenses, and more cut down 60, 80, even 100%. And you'll save thousands of dollars in interest payments.
Finally, there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
And a good night's sleep.
Now get free of debt in a year or less with Accelerated Debt Settlement. Just call 1-877-314-1165 and we'll get to work for you. That's 1-877-314-1165. 1-877-314-1165.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how linking to the market is much safer than owning the market for your retirement savings. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go to retirementkey.com.
With over 25 years of experience, Mr. Appliance can fix almost any appliance you have, extending its life, saving you time and money. Call Mr. Appliance today to schedule an appointment. Services performed by independently owned and operated franchises and may vary by location.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio. 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Lots of clouds and 62 for the high this afternoon, with periods of rain spreading in as we go through the afternoon hours. Tonight, periods of rain, couple of rumbles here and there. 52 Friday, cloudy, windy, periods of showers, a couple of rumbles, not raining all the time. 68 on Friday, periods of rain Friday night, and a chilly 42. The rain comes to an end Saturday morning. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Mark Cox here. Join me and keynote speaker Senator Josh Hawley Friday, March 22nd for the 2024 St. Charles County Lincoln Day Dinner. We'll have drinks, dinner, and thought-provoking discussions. Tickets are on sale now. Learn more at 971talk.com/events. When you have Rhino Shield on your house, it does a couple of things for you. It beautifies the house, and it protects it from the harshest elements. And boy, do we see those here in the greater St. Louis area. You get instant curb appeal. It will stick to anything. Rhino Shield is the answer, no matter whether you're painting a home or a church or a business or a condo, because it's 100% waterproof. It takes care of the outdoor maintenance on whatever is on the outside of your home. The brick, the block, aluminum, steel, stucco. They can put this on with the 2 to 3 coat process. They're there about a week, and they do a great job. A lot of businesses have done it in the area. Several Firestones have done that. Vantage Credit Union over the years. Harlan Packaging down in DeSoto. Call Darren today and schedule your free estimate. 877-25-RHINO. Easy to remember phone number. Or go online today at 877-25-RHINO. Guys, you know summer is just around the corner. Get yourself in shape now. Let my friends at Victory Men's Health help you. Mark Cox here. You know Victory is offering semaglutide, approved by the FDA for overweight adults. It's a game changer. On average, people are losing up to 15% of their body weight. Be sure and visit my friends at Victory Men's Health in Wing Haven, their newest location in Sunset Hills. They're also in Town and Country and in O'Fallon, Illinois. Go online today. Tell them you heard Mark Cox talking about it. VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. On September 6th, the government announced it will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000, with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver, or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may qualify for compensation and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement, with your VA benefits fully protected. You may be entitled to a significant financial award for your Camp Lejeune claim, but you must act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune. Call now or you may forever lose your right to be awarded a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-217-1155. That's 800-217-1155. 800-217-1155.
Hey, it's Bo Matthews for Beast Plumbing, your new plumber. Whether it's plumbing, water heaters, clogged drains, or water treatment like water filtration and water softeners, call on the best. That's Beast Plumbing, 314-500-LEAK. That's 314-500-LEAK.
The Annie Fry Show YouTube live chat poll of the day is sponsored by Ruler Foods. Low prices, no coupons. Ruler Foods.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
We could afford to take in a heartbeat another 2 million people. The idea that a country of 330 million people cannot absorb people who are in desperate need and who are justifiably fleeing oppression is absolutely bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. I would also move to increase the total number of immigrants able to come to the United States.
Well, he's a big success in that regard, for sure. That's the president, and that's 2019. That's before he became the president. That was in, I believe, a debate where he was talking about how we need to open our arms in this country and tell people to come. Remember that? Remember when Joe Biden was taking the position like, you know, we're going to open our doors and you're going to be able to come in. If you elect me president, this is well, look at him go. What a huge success that has been. If you are waiting for the State of the Union tonight, which we're going to cover live on our Annie Fry YouTube channel, and you're going to come play Biden Bingo with us, that Biden Bingo card is available on the description of the YouTube video that we have set up to go live at 7:45 tonight. You can find it on the Annie Fry YouTube channel. If you're going to watch the State of the Union tonight and you're going to listen to the president say, we've got a problem, it needs to be fixed, and the House Republicans are the ones standing in the way, if Joe Biden wouldn't have touched the border in his first 100 days, if he wouldn't have come in and undid everything that Donald Trump had put in place, we wouldn't have the problem that we have right now. Joe Biden doesn't need a solution to the problem. Joe Biden is the problem. The solution to that problem we can't deal with until November. But I sure hope that we show up and we do. It is, unfortunately, progress that you're now hearing people in the Democratic Biden administration admit that we do have a problem. That's a step. We were told over and over and over again by the people that were running the show in Washington, D.C., the Democrats, that the border was secure. They said it over and over again. Here's Pete Buttigieg.
Look, the president has taken a number of actions with the authority that he has. There are some things he's not going to do, like family separation, because it's wrong. But what he is doing right now is make sure that he's supporting the kind of border moves that we all know that we need. Most Americans think we ought to do it. There was a bipartisan deal to make it happen, and congressional Republicans killed it. And I think that demonstrated that they would prefer to have the problem, which is politically useful, than the solution, that most Americans, including the President of the United States, want to see happen.
But it almost seems like he wants the problem, too, because there are these things he could do that he's not doing and remain in Mexico. That's an example of it.
Again, he's doing everything that he responsibly can.
What a dumb answer, Pete Buttigieg. If we're talking about the ability of government to effectively move people from one place to another, that would be like transportation. And you know that there are hundreds of thousands of people that the United States government, Joe Biden, sent a plane south of our border to move hundreds of thousands of immigrants into our country. That is a true story. Hundreds of thousands of migrants were picked up on behalf of the American government because they created an app for them to sign up, flown over the southern border into the country and dispersed among us. Some transportation. This is pretty innovative on Pete Buttigieg's part. Excuse me, Freudian slip there. Let's listen to Kamala Harris here. This is September of 2022, and she's on with Meet the Press. And she's talking about the border issue.
We have 2 million people cross this border for the first time ever. You're confident this border's secure?
We have a secure border in that is a priority for any nation, including ours and our administration. But there are still a lot of problems that we are trying to fix, given the deterioration that happened over the last 4 years. We also have to put in place a law and a plan for a pathway for citizenship.
When you listen to Kamala Harris respond there to Meet the Press, the first thing she says is, we have a secure border. And then she goes into the word jumble where it's like she was able to put those words together to formulate a sentence, but that was as far as she could get. In that we as a country have a border or some stupid thing like that. But she's trying to tell you that we do have problems that we need to solve. And the problem that she articulates that we need to solve in 2022, the problem that Kamala Harris sees on the southern border in September of 2022, when Meet the Press, of all people, is saying, hey, we got 2 million people coming across the border. That was 2 years ago, 18 months ago. Her problem with that is we need a pathway to citizenship. Once they get here, they need to be citizens. We do not see this situation the same as these Democrats. And what we're going to hear from the president tonight is not going to be policy-based solutions. It's going to be political solutions for Joe Biden. I just don't really believe that the American people are going to buy it. I don't think that Joe Biden's going to be able to go in where that podium is with Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, sitting behind him, and sell to the American people that the House Republicans is who we should blame for the millions and millions and millions of people who are in this country right now illegally. Tyrus is a regular on Gutfeld, a Fox News contributor, and he's on with us right now.
You're becoming like my most stable relationship. Enough said.
Tyrus, welcome back to the Andy Fry Show. Good to have you.
Always a pleasure.
The State of the Union is tonight. We have created a Biden bingo card to get us through the evening tonight. I'm wondering what you're expecting or anticipating with the president and his speech this evening.
It'll be short. It'll be sweet, probably, in terms of not much to it. There'll be everything will be President Trump's fault, but he'll say MAGA extremists. He'll talk about them in the same terms as he was going to talk about. Actually, he won't talk about Hamas the way he talks about MAGA extremists, which is hilarious to me. So. Yeah. And there will be a moment when we all grab our face.
I wonder what the over-under is on how quickly that happens.
I put a challenge on social media. Anybody who's watching this tonight does not grab their face and cringe at one point. They need to just post, I just did it. Hashtag just happened.
Yeah.
Because watching him talk is brutal. And that's not a slight. It's an inherent feeling of bad, like, oh man, please stop. It's not it's just when you see somebody who doesn't have it anymore, try to talk. It's painful. It's like seeing your favorite athlete who can't go anymore, try to go,
Mm-hmm.
And so it'll be similar to that tonight. But it's hard to feel sorry for someone who puts himself in that position. His family knows his condition. He knows his condition. But I guess there's too much at stake. So we'll just hear all we're going to hear is what we always hear, right? Nothing new.
I think that the Republicans have potentially, in an effort to point out the obvious, I suppose, of his lack of mental acuity and his aging and how it affects his ability to do the job. There's nothing wrong with being old, but if you're in charge of the free world, maybe a conflict of interest there. But have we lowered expectations so much for this president that he's going to get high marks for showing up and finishing the job by not falling over or wandering off in the middle of it?
Well, there is no grade because the results are already in. The left and the mainstream media is going to say it was great, no matter what. If something goes off, if he gets lost or has an episode, it'll be called a gaffe, and it will be not acknowledged. The other side, the right side, will be screaming up and down, pulling their hair out. Well, did you see this? Did you do this? So nothing really is going to move the needle tonight. It's just we'll probably get another gaffe, maybe another 7-8 second pause that one side of the aisle is going to go irate over, and the other side is going to just say it was great because the economy improved by 2 points during his speech. It'll be something to that ridiculousness, but it's just you can predict what both sides are going to do. And I would just like you have to watch it because you will grab your face tonight. I guarantee it.
I completely agree. We're speaking with Tyrus. He's a regular on Gutfeld, of course, a Fox News contributor and host of Maintaining with Tyrus on Outkick. I saw a clip, I think it was of you interviewing Mike Rowe, and I thought, I want to ask you about this particular interview and encourage people to go check it out because I love what you're doing. I love Mike Rowe, man. I'd vote for him for president. You were talking about allowing, I think specifically, kids to fail, and in the culture that we live in today, everybody is so soft. There's so much softness. Everybody's offended. You're offended when you wake up. You just got to figure out why you're offended as you go throughout the day. I'm wondering what you think about our inability to let kids fail and not fix everything for them. I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that.
Well, my thing has always been you let them fail in a controlled setting. You have to watch them do it. Like, perfect example, this weekend, playing around with all my tanks, and I have like big giant turtle pond. And my daughter wanted to install a waterfall, and I was like, "Okay, how are you going to do it?" And she saw something on the YouTube, and I said, "Well, you can't. You're not going to watch the video. You got to figure it out." So I got all the equipment for her to set up this thing and mess with my filter, and do her waterfall. She tried a few different ways, and water got sprayed on her, got sprayed on me. It was leaking. She tried to cover. I'm going to use duct tape. She tried everything she could to solve it. I knew exactly what. All I had to do was push it in and twist and lock it. But I was not going to do that, to the point where it was watching, and then she got upset. She walked away from it. She got her mother involved, which was completely not okay. That's when I got in trouble. And I stood my ground, and I was like, it's just going to leak and run water until you figure it out. And she was mad at me, and she said she was never, ever going to do anything with me and fish again. And you know Georgie.
Yep.
She usually keeps her word. And then eventually she figured it out. I heard a little click, and the water ran, her little fountain thing, and she was so excited.
And proud.
So proud of herself. It took about 3.5 hours. But I was like, but she felt so accomplished afterwards, and she became a leading expert on turtles that day, just off that. So you have to have it. And then that's like a silly setting, right? But she's going to be posed in life with similar events, and it's those little moments that she'll have to fall back on. And that's the one thing. We just have to be better parents. Stop blaming her. You can't blame your kid for being on a tablet all day because you're allowing it. So we have to stop blaming the younger generation for stuff that we've done or we're doing. And, parents that are more, if a parent's Facebook is super active all the time and they got young kids, they probably should reevaluate.
Yeah. I think of perseverance, just like what you're talking about with your daughter. Perseverance and resilience is a muscle that can atrophy very quickly. And we do have a culture right now that's like, oh, I got to step in and help. I got to make everything comfortable. And that, like, as an adult, you know that you grow when you're uncomfortable. You stay right where you are when you're comfortable because you don't want to step out and become uncomfortable. But you can't expand your skill set, your knowledge, your experience if you don't make yourself uncomfortable.
I was so committed to letting her work through the failing that I slept with a smile on my face on the couch that night. I was kicked out on the couch, but I was like, I fell asleep with a smile on my face. Plus, I got to watch what I wanted to watch for once. But letting somebody fail, it's the dichotomy of watching her mom wanted to do it for her, and I'm like, no, stay out of it. So, and on the grand scheme of things, that's what, in my humble opinion, is missing, is that the parents, we're still involved in ourselves so much with this social media that we're using it to babysit our kids. And when you do that, you're allowing a stranger in your house, literally, with access to your children. So we just have to be better parents.
I think it's really interesting, too, to compare the dawn of social media and our ability to connect with anybody, anywhere, at any time, how lonely kids are these days, because none of those connections really feel real the way a real human connection might be. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and I know what it was like to be on a phone talking to someone that was corded into the kitchen, and mom and dad could pick up and listen in on any given time. But we rode our bikes, we went outside. Parents didn't know we were because they couldn't get a hold of us because there weren't cell phones. We can't go back to that time, but we as parents do have to make sure that they understand what real relationships are, because you can't have a real relationship by typing everything out with your thumbs.
You know what? I rarely disagree with you.
Okay.
But I think we can go back to that, because all it takes is doing that in our world. We don't have to do everything on the grand scheme of things. Like my kids, again, trial and error.
Mm-hmm. That's all parenting is.
Because sometimes when something works for you as a parent, you get a little braggadocious, and then another parent will step in and be like, I tried the same thing and that was stupid.
Yeah.
So, but so here goes. All my kids, I made them go outside, and each one of them had two old school, they didn't even move, action figures, like deer, it was like deer, lion, the ones that didn't weird. And I just put them out there, locked the doors. I sat on the other side of the glass, and I put my hands up like, this is you.
What are you going to do?
It's your day. And the first 10 minutes, it was the faces of just crushed dreams. Worst, my life is awful. 5 minutes after that, they formed a huddle. By the end of the day, they had a city.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And they were out there. Literally, the sun. I opened like, hey, you guys ready to come in for dinner? Oh, we're good, Dad. We're good. Like they believe it or not, they weren't even bothered by the mosquitoes.
Wow.
Because they were playing, and they were in their imagination. And all it took was getting through 15 minutes of the temper tantrum.
That's good advice, just to force them into it and make it so that they have to. And the presence of the devices, even if they know the shelf that the device is charging on at that given moment, if you don't do what you did, then everything that exists, go put your bag away, go put the milk away, or whatever it is, every single one of those asks can kind of mount into, that's another thing that's keeping me away from the tablet that's on the shelf or whatever. You got to say, no, that tablet is not on the shelf anymore, and make them do something else.
If you take it away, you'd be amazed at what they can, like, leave them with a box of crayons and a stack of paper. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because they have actively but we got to do the work. And that's the real issue. Because, hey, it's real easy to come home and want to watch Netflix or the ball game opposed to interacting with the kids, because the kids will get on their stuff and we'll all be in the same room and no one's talking to each other. And that's a problem.
For sure. Well, I want to encourage people to check out host your Maintaining with Tyrus on Outkick, which you host. You also have the Tyrus Here and Now stand-up special streaming on Fox Nation. You're everywhere. You're working hard, and the content is great. So we always love the opportunity to see more of you. From what I understand, you're coming to Farmington, and there might be a couple tickets left, Farmington, Missouri, so people can check that out as well.
Yeah, check it out. Because every time I get to come, I get to come visit you guys.
That's right. And Pappy's. They'll be waiting for you, I'm sure.
I will give Pappy's. That you can set a watch to that.
Sounds great. Tyrus, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for being with us.
Yep. Yes,
Bye-bye.
ma'am.
Bye-bye. He's the regular on Gutfeld, a Fox News contributor, and our friend and regular here on the Annie Fry Show, Tyrus. Let's take a quick break. We're going to connect with Congressman Mike Bost, I believe. Is it canceled?
Yeah, they called a vote, and that's going to cancel it.
Is it canceled for sure?
Yeah,
we knew
that's
that it
what I'm
was
looking at.
going to be postponed a little bit. These congressmen and their need to vote. Is that Elise Stefanik? Is that Elise Stefanik?
Yes.
She looks great.
Yes.
She got the State of the Union up to or something going on. They were voting on the Lake and Riley thing. I know that just voted and passed. So we might connect with Mike Bost later. If not, we'll get Ryan Wiggins back in here. And your YouTube live chat poll vote, can Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union? Yes or no? On the Annie Fry YouTube channel. Go vote. We'll be right back.
Don't wanna hear about it.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show.
Everyone's got a story to tell. Everyone knows
Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Fry Show.
Queen of England to the hounds of hell. And if I catch it coming back my way, I'm gonna serve it to you. And that ain't what you want to hear, but that's what I'll do. And the feeling coming from my bones says find a home.
RulerFoods.com. If you're shopping for the big speech, not the big game, but this big speech, if you've got two hungry boys coming over to your house and you need to make dinner for them, Ruler Foods is a good way to save money on that grocery bill. But, like a house full of kids like I have, or if you're just looking to save money on your weekly shopping trip, why have you not gone to Ruler Foods yet? Make the time and save the dime. I made that up on the spot. I don't know if Ruler Foods is going to like it. We'll check with them. Right now, you can save on strawberries. They have a pound of strawberries or 6 ounces of raspberries, two of my favorite things to get. 2 for $5. Great savings there. Kroger 80% lean ground beef sold in a 3-pound roll, $3.66 a pound. Baby back ribs or the St. Louis Classic pork steaks, $2.99 a pound. And Pepsi Mountain Dew are Starry, 3 for $15 when you buy 3 12-packs. Ruler Foods has all of their extra savings listed on their website and their flyer at rulerfoods.com, but you can also go type in your zip code and find your Ruler Foods right there at rulerfoods.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
And paid for by America First Tax Group. Attention, if you or your business is behind in filing your tax returns, or if you owe over $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS, please listen carefully. The IRS does not joke around and will not stop their collection efforts. If you're tired of the IRS letters, levies, liens, or wage garnishments and would like to get a fresh start, we can help. Due to the financial hardships in the country, the IRS is making it easier than ever to settle tax problems for those who owe more than $10,000. We can help settle your delinquent tax problems, end all collections, and may even reduce your back taxes significantly. Even if you can't afford to pay your back taxes, you can still get the help you need. We've helped thousands of taxpayers just like you. But you must call 800-212-5471 today to stop your tax problem from getting worse. The information is free and the help is real. Call 800-212-5471. That's 800-212-5471. Again, 800-212-5471.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions, and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
AMCO offers easy payment plan options for most any credit situation, so you can fix it fast and pay it off slow at AMCO.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
At Neovitin, we are all about supporting your nutrition, and that's why we are excited about our new Neovitin Omega-3 supplement. Neovitin Omega-3 is formulated with 1,200 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids to help support healthy hearts. Our high-quality omega-3 fish oils are sourced from wild-caught fish and tested for heavy metals. With our convenient monthly subscription, you can get Neovitin Omega-3 delivered right to your door every month with no long-term obligations. Support your daily nutrition and sign up for a Neovitin Omega-3 subscription at neovitin.com today.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. 9 out of 10 homes are under-insulated. Is yours? Did you know that there's an R value associated with insulation? To find out your R value or for a free insulation estimate, visit aircomfortservice.com.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Joe Warmington from the Toronto Sun.
Everybody talking about how Joe Biden is so sharp and all that. I guess if that's sharp, I don't know what dull is.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Well, you've heard about love and giving sight to the blind. My baby loving cause the sun to shine. And she my sweet little thing. She my pride.
Some more political news tomorrow night. President Biden will deliver his State of the Union address. Biden's been practicing for weeks. Not his speech, staying up past 9 o'clock.
Is it consequential that Jimmy Fallon is making these jokes?
Yes.
Does it mean something? Are we in a cultural new place because these jokes are so obvious that now in 2024, oh, Biden is old.
I don't know that we're in a new place culturally. I just think Jimmy Fallon is making a decision. And hopefully that decision reverberates past his show, but he is making a decision.
But he wouldn't just be making that decision if he didn't, dip his toe in the water and see if it was okay to make that decision.
Donald Trump jokes would be funnier if they were making Joe Biden jokes, too.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's more.
The average time of Biden's State of the Union is about 1 hour and 6 minutes. However, the feels like time is closer to 4 hours. Biden's speech will be broadcast on all of the major networks like NBC, CBS, and ABC, which means the big winner tomorrow will be Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon.
Those are solid.
They're funny jokes.
I mean, they're good.
They don't need any more time than the quick hit, but they're funny. And if you're Joe Biden and you're with it, then you should laugh at those. Those jokes should be funny if he doesn't suck at his job. They're hurtful. And if I were a campaign manager for Joe Biden, would be problematic if they're just true. If people are laughing at that because they sense the element of truth, it's like, okay, your move, Biden. Hit him back. Make a joke about yourself or whatever. But it can't be a joke made out of irony where everyone's like, ooh.
I think that's true because there's not hate in those jokes. It's just pointing out the obvious. Everybody knows it, and everybody should be able to laugh along with it. There is one thing that Donald Trump did differently than other presidents in the past had done, and that's that he did not laugh along with those jokes, but it's because we know they were not done with any sort of...
Donald Trump loves a Trump joke. That's not true. He hosted Saturday Night Live. Donald Trump puts him in the position to be laughed at and the butt of the joke all of the time when it's not done in hate. The question is, into his presidency, how dramatically they went away from that, like the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I mean, it was just hate. And I mean, it was, if you've ever been a part of a middle school hate fest on another girl, it is the same thing. There is nothing different about it. We all come together, we all trash this other person who, honestly, you feel threatened by, and you all do it together. And for that moment in time, you feel like you belong. And then you go away, and then they do it to you because they're together and you're not. I mean, that's the way these people who are not comedians, they're just hateful people, operate. And Jimmy Kimmel is definitely one of those people. I never have thought that I think Jimmy Fallon is the guy who everywhere he's gone his entire life would do anything to make someone laugh.
Yeah.
Without leaving anything on the table. He would fully commit, and he just wants to make people laugh and is not really looking for controversy, keeping it shallow enough so that he can make the most people laugh.
I think so too, but I think that is why this does seem kind of brave, is because his industry and the circles that he runs in tell him you shouldn't do this, and he's doing it anyway, because I think he's looking past the people around him and to America and going, what's going to make you guys laugh?
I don't think it's that deep. G-Wibs asks, didn't one of the late night hosts ask to mess up Trump's hair? Yeah, it was Jimmy Fallon.
Yep.
And that was when he was running for the presidency
Yeah.
the first time. I mean, he's been there like that the majority of the time. He makes, I mean, I would even venture to say that Jimmy Fallon's Trump jokes over the course of time have been funny also. They don't have the deep-seated hatred that Kimmel's jokes have, or any of the other late night ones whose name escapes me simply because they suck and I don't watch them. But Jimmy Kimmel's not up there making Joe Biden jokes. Jimmy Kimmel, he has this hatred and hostility when he makes a Donald Trump joke. If you watch Saturday Night Live and you see Alec Baldwin doing a Donald Trump thing, you can tell that there is something almost fetishized by the way he portrays Donald Trump, that there is some sort of hatred rooted deep into his ability to get that out into the open in a kind of a, I don't even want to look at what you're doing kind of way, because Alec Baldwin hates Donald Trump. And I don't know, I feel like the only antidote, don't stop making Trump jokes. Keep making jokes. If the Trump joke is funny, the Trump joke is funny. And I will laugh at a Trump joke harder because I support Trump. But the Joe Biden jokes about his age, more proof coming from late night NBC comedy shows that the age thing is not something that they're going to explain. Like I played Hillary Clinton earlier. Hillary Clinton saying, yeah, he's old, but do you want the other guy? You going to sell that for the next 240 days and people are going to buy it? I don't think so. 243 days.
243. I don't know who you were talking to earlier this week, but I think they were referencing that Hillary Clinton clip and said, look, if she's your best surrogate, if she's out there and she's Trump or she's campaigning for you and that's the best she's got, man, you're in trouble.
I don't think that Hillary cares about anybody but Hillary. And what do you is in the movie Moby Dick? Isn't there a name of the whale that like isn't he? Aren't they chasing? There's Moby Dick the whale. They're chasing the whale, and it's like an analogy that people like. It's the thing you're chasing
your
for.
White whale.
Is it white whale?
Yeah.
It's Donald Trump. I mean, the last thing she'll say on her deathbed is Trump, and then she'll die because it's gonna be the last thought that she has because Donald Trump ruined her life. It's not just about, I mean, she put up, who puts a picture on Twitter of yourself as a little, happy birthday to this future president? You were not the president. You weren't.
Forgot about that.
Oh my gosh. And like everybody remembers Hillary Clinton's birthday because everybody's retweeting that, like, remember this. He ruined her life. It is so personal for her. And I don't really blame Hillary for having that sort of vendetta against the person who stole your dreams away from you. Like, I understand how I can relate to some extent of what it would feel like to be able to see the manifestation of the end of your dreams. And she's grinding on that all the time. And when she wakes up, Trump's on her mind. When she goes to sleep, Trump's on her mind. So it's always ironic to me to pull Hillary Clinton into the conversation about Biden. I bet you there's no bigger critic on the face of the earth of Joe Biden than Hillary Clinton. The idea that she's sitting there and she's not the president, she's watching this shriveled up buffoon try to run the country because Barack Obama put him there. And Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, you go back to the primary and watch how that unfolded. Barack Obama took her moment away first.
Yes.
So the idea that I almost feel like talking this out here out loud, that maybe her being like, yeah, he is old. Maybe she's just maybe it's a little passive-aggressive non-endorsement.
It's very possible, because you're right. You'd have to think she's looking at 2016 going, what happened, literally? And then...
Yeah, she wrote the book called What Happened? And then she said Russia happened, which is also not true.
2020 and the last 4 years, she's got to be looking at her TV screen like the rest of us going, he won?
Him?
I didn't win and he won?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? But Donald Trump has been, it's got to be hard for her to let go. I mean, you're doing a psychoanalysis on her. It's got to be hard for her to move past 2016, because Donald Trump has been, and if he wins again, he'll be the center of the political universe for like 12 or 13 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get past it.
I get why she would be upset. And I also understand why people who threw their support behind her and like worked to try to get her elected, I understand why that would be upsetting. You can't have actually competed in life for anything. And it might have been like a grade school tournament or something, and you pour your heart and soul into trying to play or to teach. I mean, I can still tell you right now, when I was in 8th grade, I played in the state tournament. We had a good team. We were in the semifinals to get into the championship, the state championship game. And I think we were winning or within 2 baskets or maybe up or something at halftime. And we were playing Palatine, and they went into the locker room. They came out and beat us by 20.
Ooh.
It was dramatic. We found out later that they would like look at tape at halftime, which was not okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And pine tar.
And they had pine tar. No. We lost the semifinal game, and we went and we played Arlington Heights in the 3rd place game. And I can tell you right now, we lost by 2 points. I can tell you that I had 4 fouls with maybe 2 minutes left to go in the game, and we needed to stop the ball. We needed to get the ball. And I pushed my teammate Kelly into the girl in front of me because I couldn't foul, but she had fouls to give. And she was like, she was like, I didn't do that. Somebody pushed me. I'm like, shut up, Kelly. We need to stop the game.
Oh man.
I can go through it, but I mean, I was 13 years old at the time, and I can go through every step of the successes that we had in that season and the losses that we had in that season. We lost by 2 points to get 4th place. I can walk you through all of it. And if I sat down with those girls who I played basketball with in 8th grade, and some of them were 7th graders, had some 6th graders who played with us at the time, we would all probably be able to go through all of it together, like game by game. You remember when we played Oakville? Remember when we played in the conference championship against Staunton? Blah, blah, blah. That is so not important to people who are not us. If you put your heart and soul into running for president and you are about to be the first female president of the United States, you will forever be that. Nobody will ever be able to take that, except for Donald Trump did. That would hurt so bad. It would be so painful. And there's a way to lose, and there's a way to win, and Donald Trump has a way about himself when he's winning, and she had a way about herself when she's losing. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't know if Joe Biden qualifies for that for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I don't either. And it's funny that, obviously we're going to support Trump. We like the policies, especially all of us. But when you start thinking personally about these things, he might be the worst person on the planet to lose to. That guy will tell you that he beat you over and over and over. That's got to be, it is sport. And he'll do it again. He'll probably still be talking about Hillary in 2028.
Well, I think the other side of that is, though, too, Hillary thought it was hers. She thought she was entitled to it.
Yeah, she was being
So
coronated.
she doesn't feel like she got beat. She feels like it was stolen out from underneath her. And that's why she reacted the way she reacted. That's
why Trump reacts the way that he's reacting, because he feels like it was stolen.
Oh, thank you.
It's the same thing. Hillary gets to do a book tour, and Donald Trump has to go to prison. It just doesn't seem as though What does it know if he's above the law? Everybody, this is justice. Everybody, blah, blah, blah. It's not the same. And Hillary Clinton paid for the lie. She invested in the lie that laid the groundwork for Donald Trump to be Putin's pet.
Yeah.
When Donald Trump comes out and says that Vladimir Putin's a smart guy, he is a smart guy. He might also be, what did Jim Carafano call him? We have it on a short reel because I asked him. I was like, I'm going out on a limb. I like to ask questions of Carafano that are just a little on a limb because he'll give it right back to you. Is Putin misunderstood?
I think I remember this.
Yeah. And I'll play for you the sound when we come back because he's like, the short answer was no.
Yeah, that was a really fun interview to listen to because he got going.
Yeah. I just threw it out there and I just kind of sat back like, all right, go on.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We want to know what you think. Can Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union? Yes or no? Your vote is placed on the Annie Fry YouTube live broadcast where we're broadcasting live right now. There's a chat portion. You got to open the live chat portion of the broadcast right now, and that's where the poll exists. Rambo said, I guess my opinion of him could go from bad to worse. Thank you, Rambo.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I know. I wondered if either of you would say that, but you guys have been a little soft on your response. We'll just check in on your...
We're just generally soft.
Want to spike the football again.
JC said, big fat no will only confirm, and hopefully many more people will say enough is enough. And Jay says the answer is not no, but a, quote, pure, unadulterated hell no. All right, Jay Pierce, we see you. Let's take a quick break. Your votes on the YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show on St. Louis's home for conservative talk. Follow Annie on Twitter @Annie Fry Show.
I want to talk to you about Window World windows. Windowworld.com is the website where you can go kind of skip what I'm about to say here if you're in the market and you trust me to guide you correctly to Window World. They are now offering 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. So if you want to, maybe you're thinking, oh gosh, we got to replace the windows in this room, but you want to do the whole floor, the whole front of the house, whatever it might be, the whole house. If you get 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, that's going to make that process a lot more simple to do. If you have any questions about Window World, you can give them a call directly at 314-993-1800. 314-993-1800. And you can get a free home estimate scheduled. Give them a call and tell them the Annie Fry Show sent you and get that process started right now. They have incredibly durable windows that celebrate great efficiency, which is often the windows, as the way they degrade over the course of the years that they've been in your home. That efficiency is costing you money by letting the energy out of your house that you're paying to heat and cool. Get rid of that. Put these beautiful new energy efficient windows that are going to be stunning to the layout and the landscape of your home. And go to Window World for your solution. 314-993-1800, the simply best for less windows at windowworld.com.
The IRS definitely ramped up operations since the pandemic slowed them down, and activity only increases from here. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. If you're currently under audit or you haven't paid your taxes in the past, now's the time to call the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS has a published Taxpayer Bill of Rights, which says you have the right to retain legal representation. Because IRS problems are legal problems, and the Lance Story Law Firm focuses specifically on addressing IRS issues for our clients. It's all we do. We get out in front of the IRS, devise the best resolution plan, and work to make sure you're able to take advantage of every program you're qualified to receive. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure company, call the Lance Story Law Firm. We're local, located right here in St. Louis, or visit Lance, DRURYlaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm, 314-260-6120.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Proper
insulation in your home or business can save you money every month. The insulation experts at Koala Insulation of Gateway West in Metro East Illinois deliver efficiency and improve comfort. Big or small, Koala has you covered. Call or text Koala Insulation of Gateway West in Metro East Illinois at 314-756-5661 and find them on Facebook or check out the reviews at koalainsulation.com/gateway-west.
I can see clearly now thanks to the doctors at Ophthalmology Associates. Doctors Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, Andy Royer, and introducing Samuel Berry. You can too. Call 314-966-5000 or check out youridoc.com. That's youridoc.com.
Surprise! Surprise! You know, surprise parties, they can be fun, right? Well, financial surprises, not so much, especially when you're retired. Like finding out you owe more in taxes than you thought you would, or having to go back to work to make ends meet. Maybe you think you'll be okay, but why not double check just to be sure? Call Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions and schedule a retirement double check. Marvin and his team have been helping families plan for retirement for more than 15 years. Call 314-373-1598 to schedule your retirement double check with Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions. That's 314-373-1598. Don't let a financial surprise derail your retirement dreams. Give Marvin and the team a call, 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and in Illinois.
The State of the Union is tonight. Can Joe Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union? It's a yes or no question. It's the Annie Fry YouTube live chat poll. Let us know what you think. We'll give you the results of the poll as usual at the end of the show near 3 o'clock. It is 1:48 right now. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Whatever happens next happens here. Your trusted voice for 23 years. This is St. Louis's home for conservative talk. 97.1 FM Talk.
Shot through the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Fry Show.
Angel smile is what you said. You promised me heaven, then put me through hell. Chains of love got a hold on me. When passion's a prison, you can't break free.
Are you guys Bon Jovi fans?
Brad, answer first because I have strong feelings
I
about
do
it.
like
I
Bon
have
Jovi.
dramatically strong feelings about this. You like him?
It's a mood.
Yeah,
So-
it's a bad mood. Anyway.
Deep dislike.
Deep.
Thank you.
It's you and me, Ryan.
Yeah. I don't get it. Every time he comes on, I'm like, lame rock.
He always sounds like he's being hurt.
I think the same thing about Pat Benatar. When she sings, I'm like, okay.
Name
just
something Pat
chop-
Benatar sings.
Badly. Like, it's really hard. I'm looking it up.
You're not going to guess? I can't. I'm sure I know stuff that she sings.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I just don't know what it is.
Love is a battlefield. Hit me with your best shot.
Yeah, they could be the same. They're interchangeable.
They are. Heartbreaker, We Belong.
Oh, I know. I like all the songs. I mean,
I
they're
don't-
all kind of like a.
I don't dislike
moment in
the
time.
songs. The way she sings, she sounds like she's trying to take a normal song and make it rockier. And I'm like, you don't have to. You don't have to do that. You can just sing it. Like she's trying to be a rock star, and she doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi does that too.
I just don't like Bon Jovi. I'm trying to think of a song that he does that I really like. I saw Leah Leah does the music every day. So if you like the music, make sure you get on the YouTube chat and tell Leah good job because she does a good job every day. I saw Bon Jovi on there and I was like, I thought take Bon Jovi off of there, but she pulled it from my list. So it's like hard to be. I know that I have to remember that there are people who like Bon Jovi, and apparently Brad's one
I know.
Have you heard the
I didn't know
Living
that.
on a Prayer with a Goat?
No.
of them. I've heard the Taylor Swift goat stuff.
Oh, it's along those lines,
Trouble?
but they gotta
I knew you were trouble, and she's like, oh, but it's just goats
It's
yelling.
just
instead.
goats doing it. Oh, I think I may have seen that. Yeah, the one thing I do like about Bon Jovi is he made a choice with that name. I don't know if that's his original name or not, but it's 3 names, and they kind of have some vowel sounds that make them close to rhyming. And I'm not sure whether Bon is his middle name or if that's a full 2-word last name. Just always respected that about John Bon Jovi.
I had nothing. In other news, the New York governor, Kathy Hochul, has called in the National Guard State Police to help curb crime in New York subways. I'm going to read this article. We don't have any. Do we have time for this? Okay. It wasn't when we. Okay. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is sending in the National Guard to New York City to help police curb a surge in crime in the city subways. Announcing a 5-point plan on Wednesday, the Democratic governor said she was deploying 750 members of the National Guard to the subways to assist the New York Police Department with bag searches at entrances to busy train stations. Quote, for people who are thinking about bringing a gun or knife on the subway, at least this creates a deterrent effect. Huh. You put it in the law enforcement and it deters crime. Imagine that. They might be thinking, you know what, it just may not be worth it because I listen to the mayor and I listen to the governor and they have a lot more people who barf. Kathy Hochul is saying that criminals are going to be like, well, I listened to the governor. These people.
They sound so right-wing.
These people.
Who are these people?
Look at them. They're putting soldiers out there with rifles.
It's neither a pea nor a nut.
As you say, to the peanuts. You know what it is? It might, or you know what? It may just not be worth it. I'm reading this. It's just a terrible quote. Because I listened to the mayor and I listened to the governor, and they have a lot more people who are going to be checking my bags, Hochul said at a news conference in New York City. The move came as a part of larger effort by the governor's office to address crime in the subway, which included a legislative proposal to ban people from trains for 3 years if they are convicted of assaulting a subway passenger, and the installation of cameras in conductor cabins to protect transit workers. The governor's plan also includes better coordination with district attorneys to help prevent repeat offenders, and an additional $20 million for expanding subway outreach programs. New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced plans on Tuesday to have more police patrolling the subways as the city attempts to curb a near 20% increase in crime levels during the first 2 months of 2024 compared to the same period last year, according to NYPD data cited by the New York Post. Now, is it conspiratorial? You can judge for yourself. But you remember the other day when we were hearing like, oh, there's a threat, and everyone's like reporting on the idea that there is a threat that seemed a little bit imminent. And then Speaker Mike Johnson was like, it's okay, we're going to talk about it. And we were all like, okay.
Yep.
Then what? Nothing. You're going to throw the National Guard into the subway system to check for knives and guns?
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden?
Just right now.
The images of the presence they're significant.
Yeah, yes. It's a lot.
I don't buy it. I don't know what it is, but I think I know what it isn't. I don't think that they're checking for knives on the subway.
Yeah, they're checking bags for something.
There were 3 homicides in the underground system over January and February, while incidents such as grand larcenies, felony assaults, and robberies have also skyrocketed. On Sunday, a 64-year-old postal worker was kicked onto the tracks at Penn Station in Manhattan, while a 20-year-old woman fought off a man who punched her in the face and tried to rape her in Queens. Last week, a subway conductor was slashed in the neck when he stuck his head out of the cabin window during a stop at a station in Brooklyn.
I mean, those are good reasons to increase law enforcement.
But it seems like what are we going from and to? This is a giant leap.
Yeah, like those were the final straw. Oh, man, there's crime? I can't believe this. We need to do something about it right now in March 2024.
Well, not only that, National Guard troops aren't law enforcement officers.
Also true.
I think it might actually be unconstitutional to use them as such.
I've been told recently by a lot of left-leaning publications that the crime problem is actually not bad, that the crime is down in 2024. So I'm not sure how this jibes with that.
I want to play, I might need one more minute here. I want to play this clip from, this is a CNN panelist talking about that sound that we played yesterday from MSNBC from Super Tuesday, where Jen Psaki's like, Virginia's #1 issue is immigration. And they're like, ha, 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 ha. But there are people who are immigrant. There's a West Virginia right there. Build a wall. I mean, it was so disgusting. We shouldn't be surprised by it, that we know that they think this way. But there they are laughing about it for all 13 of their viewers. This is what CNN said about MSNBC and that whole conversation.
In Washington, they don't get it. Outside of Washington, Democrats get it more and more. I was watching MSNBC for a little bit on Super Tuesday, and there was a panel of hosts, and they were all sort of laughing. Well, Virginia is a border state with West Virginia, so of course they'd be secured or worried about the border. Ha, ha, ha. Eric Adams gets it. Kathy Hochul's starting to get it. And if Washington, if the liberal intelligentsia that informs this White House can laugh this off or think they can, they're in for 4 more years of Donald Trump.
I mean, this is, I'd argue, a conservative paper, the New York Post, and they've splashed exactly what you're talking about.
That is a massive in-kind contribution to Donald Trump's campaign.
So I think that this Jen Psaki, Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid moment on MSNBC, the Republicans, if they want to prove their point, better make hay out of that. Because what they exposed when they laughed about it, 2 things. They are out of touch with the American people, and they despise the American people. And if the Republican Party wants to come in and fix things, you are not going to solve the country's problems just by electing Republicans. That's when you elect them, that's day 1 of putting them to the test and holding their feet to the fire to solve these problems. But the number 1 thing is, do not disrespect the American people the way those MSNBC panel hosts did. And secondly, hear what they're saying because they mean it. And in New York, apparently, it requires the National Guard. Something's up. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Just imagine being walked all over for 36 years. Who would do that? The great customers of Reinhold Flooring, that's who. For over 3.5 decades, Reinhold Flooring has been the mecca for carpet, hardwood, vinyl, laminate, and area rugs. Reinhold Flooring is customer-driven with a focus on top-quality products and installations from the best team in the business. So come on in and walk all over your next flooring at Reinhold Flooring. Visit them at 5429 Telegraph Road in St. Louis or online at reinholdflooring.com.
Life is challenging and ever-changing. Take control with passive income through real estate investing. Learn how. Learn now. Let Del Walmsley and Lifestyles Unlimited's investors and mentors show you. Meet Del's team live in St. Louis 2 days only at the Hilton Frontenac. Saturday and Sunday, April 27th and 28th. Register now at GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. That's GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Enter promo code 2024 for a special discount offer. GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Code 2024.
You've been listening to the very popular Wellness One for many years, Saturdays and Sundays on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to share that we've expanded the show to 4 times a week. Yes, 4 times every weekend. Saturday at 10 a.m., Saturday at 8 p.m., Sunday at 9 a.m., and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the same great show designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you a common sense, science-based strategy for a healthy life. So join TJ and Aaron for Wellness One. Now 4 times a week on 97.1 FM Talk.
You've listened to 97.1 FM Talk. You've heard of Doug Voss of Voss Financial and Safe Money Radio, as he has been a staple as the financial expert on the station for many years. You can hear him on Safe Money Radio several times a weekend right here on 97.1 FM Talk. And you can talk to Doug Voss directly. Here's his number. Call Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That is 844-676-7233. Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through D.H. Hill Securities, LLP. Member FINRA and SIPC.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio, 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hours before hosting the State of the Union, a vote on the House floor. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
On this vote, the yeas are 251, the nays are 170. The bill is passed.
The Lake and Riley Act winning some bipartisan support, named after a nursing student killed in Georgia. The suspect, who's in the U.S. illegally from Venezuela, has been arrested before, including for theft. The proposed bill would require illegal immigrants arrested for theft or burglary to be detained. Some Democrats say that could violate due process rights and accuse Republicans of exploiting a tragedy for political gain. Former President Trump says President Biden doesn't want to secure the border.
Over the past 3 years, Biden has actively aided and abetted the importation of millions and millions of illegal alien migrants and resettle them into your communities.
Posting a video ahead of tonight's address when the president is expected to promote his vision for a second term. Philadelphia police are searching for 4 suspects after 8 high school students were shot yesterday at a bus stop.
Police say 3 shooters and a getaway driver are still out there after the attack. Deputy Commissioner Frank Venor said the suspects were intending to inflict harm on that group of kids.
34
fired cartridge casings, 3 different handguns.
Deputy Commissioner Venor said a motive is still being investigated, but they believe they have the car, which was stolen. As for security at schools and on transit,
I think you're going to see more officers in those corridors around the schools and in the SEPTA routes.
the 8 victims all said to be recovering, including the 16-year-old boy shot 9 times, who is still critical.
Fox's Gernal Scott. 3 people have been killed in other shootings on or near city transit property this week. Just getting word of a mass kidnapping in Nigeria. Residents telling the Associated Press gunmen attacked a primary school and abducted at least 100 students. America is listening to Fox News.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a Samsung Galaxy A14 included when you buy an extended Silver Unlimited plan. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah!
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. Online only. Family plan discount with 4 lines, all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Lots of clouds and 62 for the high this afternoon, with periods of rain spreading in as we go through the afternoon hours. Tonight, periods of rain, couple of rumbles here and there. 52 Friday, cloudy, windy, periods of showers, a couple of rumbles, not raining all the time. 68 on Friday, periods of rain Friday night, and a chilly 42. The rain comes to an end Saturday morning. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-652-5241 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-652-5241. That's 800-652-5241. What do you have to lose? Call 800-652-5241. Again, 800-652-5241.
Mortgage rates have finally dropped. That's right. Golden Oak has 5.375% fixed rates available right now. Our average cash-out customer saves over $1,000 a month. Call today and take advantage of our 5.375 fixed rate. Call 314-567-GOLD. That's 314-567-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing cured my blues.
5.934 APR. FHA 15-year 20% equity qualified credit. Additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. Come check out our new LaSalle display and our final phase of Inverness at Bryan and Feisey Road in Darden Prairie. We will build to order or select from one of our designer market homes ready to move in at substantial savings, including our luxurious former display home. This professionally decorated ranch is loaded with features and has over $100,000 in savings. Plus, get special financing starting in the 4s. Hurry to take advantage of these deals. Visit McKelveyHomes.com today.
I'm Dr. Nick Barnes at Health From Within Family Chiropractic in Rock Hill. At Health From Within, our mission is to transform the way you manage your health by bringing you the truth about health and healing. We use proven techniques to remove interference in the nervous system and maximize health naturally, without drugs or surgery. Connect with me at healthfromwithinstl.com and join me for Maximize Living on this station every Sunday at 8 a.m. or download the Maximize Living podcast, healthfromwithinstl.com.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
The needs of modern businesses are always changing, but corporate cards haven't evolved in decades. Until now. Meet Ramp, the all-in-one finance platform that combines corporate cards with spend management software. Ramp is the only card designed to actually help your business spend less, not more. With Ramp, you can set custom controls to stop out-of-policy spend before it even happens. And Ramp software even does expense reports for you. No more manual entries, no more chasing receipts. And with best-in-class accounting integrations, you'll close your books in days, not weeks. Ramp gives you better insights and a real-time view of all company spend, so you can stay focused on the big picture and build a healthier business. Join over 15,000 businesses who have switched to Ramp and start saving an average of 5%. Modern finance runs on Ramp. And now get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/free. That's ramp.com/free.
Do you have multiple years of unfiled taxes or owe more than $8,000? The attorneys at Allies Tax Relief are your ally and will stop the IRS from garnishing your wages or them levying your bank account. Call 800-230-5174.
This is where real local and national accountability happens. This is 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis's home for conservative talk. The Annie Fry Show YouTube live chat poll of the day is sponsored by Ruler Foods. Low prices, no coupons. Ruler Foods.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Thanks for being with us on a Thursday afternoon. Kind of gloomy outside, a little rainy here and there, but it'll be bright and sunny tonight at the State of the Union. Hooray!
Well, I mean, he's got a great vision, and he is
I
able
don't think
to
he has
communicate
great
that well.
vision. Why is he always squinting like that?
Well, okay, fine. But I'm looking forward to tonight. I really think it'll make you feel pretty good about America.
Repeat the line.
End of quote. Speaking of bingo cards,
yeah.
Those are on the bingo cards that we have for you. Tonight, 97.1 FM Talk is going to be carrying the State of the Union live.
Yep, 7 o'clock starts the pre-show coverage, I guess the pre-game coverage, whatever you want to call it.
There
8
it is.
o'clock is when the State of the Union should begin. We'll
It's when
see
the
if it
fireworks
starts
start.
right at 8 or not. Usually they're a couple minutes late, so we'll be covering that live right here on 97.1 if you are in your car or wherever you are. But you can also watch us.
Yeah, on the Annie Fry YouTube channel. Unscripted. There might be some people running around on that video on diapers. I've told Brian he needs to stop, but he won't.
Well, it depends.
You're awful. That's like the 6th joke that has happened naturally on the show about you and Depends.
Yeah. At some point, I'm going to actually be wearing adult diapers, and it'll be like, oh, this isn't funny anymore. And that's just a couple years away, I have a feeling.
If Depends heard our great shtick here and was like, we would like you to do endorsements for us, you'd be endorsing the heck out of some of those.
Oh, yeah, I'll endorse them now for free. They do a great job of stopping the poop and the pee.
Quick send an email to Charles and say we got a new slingshot. I would like to propose Depends underwear for Ryan Wiggins.
Yep.
He said he'd do it for free.
And we would not do it during commercial breaks. We would do entire segments about it.
It depends. It writes itself. We will be at my house in our living room and watching the State of the Union. There will be a lot of us watching and trying to listen, and a lot of me going, shh, shh, shh. Because my kids will be running around.
I'll be running around.
Trying to keep them. My kids love the Biden bingo, though. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of them are sitting there intently listening to Joe Biden give that speech. We're going to stream the speech. So talk to me about that.
So the White House YouTube page will be streaming it, which means that we can share that on our stream and have the audio
Owned by the public.
Yep. Have the audio and everything and the video up on the YouTube stream along with us. while we react to it. So it'll be very much Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Mhm. Yeah. And Donald Trump, I think, Ryan, what I would like you to do is Donald Trump going to be on video on Truth Social, or is he just going to be live tweeting it?
He said he was going to be responding live, but I get the sense that he's not going to be videoing himself doing it. That would be great if he did, though.
Maybe he'd come over to my house.
I mean, send the invite.
Would you wear pants?
I can't guarantee anything.
I can.
Look, the president of the United States come over. You want to make an impact.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a positive one.
Yes, it does, if it's at my house.
He missed the joke.
I'll invite him, and it'll just have that small thing on the bottom, BYOB, pants required.
Okay.
Same invite for you. I would like to maybe put you on the Truth Social feed tonight to monitor the Truth Social feed.
Okay.
And we can share any good truths.
It'll be tough because there's so many truths happening on Truth Social outside of Donald Trump.
They're really just reposts of Donald Trump.
There's so much activity on there.
Brilliant on his part to create a space where the people, I mean, think about it may not be as big as Twitter. Twitter would be so much better if Donald Trump were on Twitter.
Heck yeah, it would.
But the idea that Donald Trump created this whole thing that maybe isn't as big as Twitter, but it really wasn't supposed to be Twitter. It's really there for Donald Trump.
It's just a free speech platform for him.
Yes, and people are going to it because I see what he says on Twitter because people screenshot it.
Yeah, me too. And it cannot be dismissed that he has and will make a lot of money from making that thing.
Yeah.
So, and that does matter right now. In campaign season, it matters.
It's funny to hear him, Donald Trump says things in a certain Donald Trump kind of way, but it's funny to listen to him talk about Truth Social. And he's like, it's the big thing. It's where everybody is.
Yeah.
It's the best social media. And you're like, okay. Don't say something of consequence to me in the same breath.
You know what, though? If you want to talk to the president, that's probably the place to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot less competition.
Yeah. And he has the ability to say what he wants to say, how he wants to say it. And it doesn't matter how much it hurts other people's feelings. And I mean, he says, in my opinion, some really ridiculous things on Truth Social. I didn't read the whole post, but his comment the day after Super Tuesday about Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley was dropping out. And his comments there about Nikki Haley, I was like, you could have just not done that.
Oh, I didn't even see any of this.
Which I'll pull it up, which is really kind of the story of the Donald Trump tweet, the history of the tweet. There are a lot of people talk about $2 gas and mean tweets. You're just asking yourself, why is it that he has to do that? He's going to keep doing it. If you're going to vote in November, you're going to have to choose to vote for incompetence or Donald Trump. And Donald Trump comes as Donald Trump is. He's not changing for anybody.
Man, you just got me all wistful.
Uh-oh.
You said $2 gas, and I forgot that was a reality in our lifetime. I have not even thought about the possibility of $2 gas.
Man, it's funny that you mentioned that because I tried to fill up this morning, and I reached the card limit before I reached the full tank.
Ouch.
70, 80?
100.
100?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It's $3.79 in Illinois.
We've just gotten used to it. We've gotten used to it. We don't have to.
I was in a Swansea this morning, and I need to fill up, and I drove by $3.79, and I thought, good grief, because right here, when you come right over the bridge, the Stan Musial Bridge, I will get gas there. I don't like to get gas downtown, but if I need to get gas, I will try to make it work if I do it during the daytime, whatever. And it's been $2.99 most days, but I think it was just yesterday. I didn't come in that way that I normally do, but I think yesterday it was $3.06. I was like, gosh darn it. I liked seeing that 2 in front of it. But then I was thinking when I was in Illinois, and remember, Illinois passed the gas tax a few years ago. When Illinois passed the gas tax, it was an addition to what they had already. They passed a perpetual 1 cent increase for the rest of time. Yes. There's no cap on it. It's not like, okay, like the minimum wage. They said we're going to pay $15 an hour minimum wage, but we're going to go up $1 every year for it's like 6 or 7 years. It was quite some time. Mm-hmm. That's not what they did with the gas tax. They passed a gas tax increase. I think off the top of my head, it was 12 cents initially with a 1 cent increase in perpetuity.
so that they never had to vote on it.
But they never have to go back and vote on increasing gas taxes again.
So you can never say, if you're running against one of those Democrats that passed that, they voted to increase your taxes, because now it's just automatic. It's smart.
March 6th at 9:05 a.m., Donald Trump posts. Nikki Haley got, all caps, trounced last night in record-setting fashion, despite the fact that Democrats, for reasons unknown, are allowed to vote in Vermont and various other Republican primaries. Much of her money came from radical left Democrats, as did many of her voters, almost 50%, according to the polls. At this point, I hope she stays in the, quote, race, end of quote, and fights it out until the end. I'd like to thank my family, friends, and the great Republican Party for helping me to produce by far the most successful Super Tuesday in, all caps, history. And would further like to invite all of the Haley supporters to join the greatest movement in the history of our nation. All caps, Biden is the enemy. He is destroying our country. Make America great again. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Those were all truths until best Super Tuesday ever.
Which is better?
I've got to believe that somebody swept Super Tuesday at some point and he didn't sweep it.
This is the yay, we did it, the morning after post. But the first paragraph is about how much Nikki Haley sucks, but she should keep going because it's funny. This is the way he is.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there a point where you like, don't you have that friend? Don't you know that guy from college who just can't help himself?
Yep.
You still love him. He means mostly well. And when he gets out of line, you go, hey, George, knock it off. And they're like, oh, okay. You know, whatever. And it's kind of like the president of the United States. All right, that's too far. Bring it back in. Reel it in. He could have said, I'd like to thank my family, friends, and the great Republican Party for helping me to produce by far the most successful Super Tuesday in history, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this was at 9:05 a.m. I think that she stepped out at 10. Didn't you guys air that at 10 or was it at 9?
9.
Oh, so it was simultaneous. Even worse. So she's stepping out of the race and he's like, I hope she stays in forever. I hope she never quits. I want to beat her every time. It's who he is. It's what he does. He fights. He walks into the room, rolls up his sleeves, and is like, who wants to go? And then he takes them on and he wins most of those fights. I don't think we talked about this much on the show, and I think it's worth mentioning. People want to talk about how are you going to court we need the Nikki Haley voters to come over and, 40, well, I don't know, wasn't it 60% of Nikki Haley voters weren't going to vote for Trump?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's because they're Democrats.
A lot of them are.
You can't talk about Vermont and the fact that it's an open primary and leave off the fact that, like, I'm making these numbers up. So let's just say for the sake of conversation that 30% of the people who voted for Nikki Haley, who won in a pretty narrow margin in Vermont, let's say 30% of them vote Democrat more than they vote Republican. You're not going to win those people over to Donald Trump from Joe Biden. Nikki Haley isn't the solution to them. Nikki Haley is a potential problem for Donald Trump. That's the why they're participating. And they don't have to go vote for Joe Biden if they pull a Republican ballot, and then they can. You want to talk about being uncommitted?
Yeah. Yeah, what's interesting is that the uncommitted vote, people have talked about that a little bit, but what they haven't mentioned is that the uncommitted vote on the Democrat side was highest in North Carolina and Minnesota. So those are states that are a little more contested, because if you go to some of these states, you're like, no, but it's not a swing state. But those states are actually, kind of in play. I don't know about Minnesota.
North Carolina is a state that Donald Trump should try to win. Minnesota's non-committed vote is an Arab population that is influenced by the likes of Tlaib and Omar. That's the uncommitted vote. Nobody who, I don't think, a very, 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 very high percentage of people who are voting uncommitted in these elections, they will vote for Joe Biden. They will not vote for the Republican. You're not pulling them in.
Yeah.
The best you can do, the best thing that could happen to get those votes back for the Biden administration is to turn on Israel. Good luck working that out with the amount of Jewish supporters that you have in the United States of America. They've worked themselves between a rock and a hard place, because it seems as though They're making political decisions, policy-based decisions on political motives when their party is divided incongruently. There's no way that you can satisfy both.
No.
And when every decision that you make is a politically based decision as opposed to a policy-based decision, you're screwed.
Yeah, and people can sniff that out too. They can tell when you are disingenuously making big decisions based on just polls, which is what's happening. But it's what they've always done, though.
Which is if you find Joe Biden wandering himself up to the podium tonight and talking about how we have a crisis on our southern border and the House Republicans are standing in the way, that drips of politics. Because you know this and I know this. Joe Biden created the problem that we have, and he could fix the problem that he would have. If he were to fix it with executive order, which is how he broke it in the first place, and honestly, how Donald Trump put it in a position along with getting it handed off from Barack Obama with the executive orders that were in place. If Joe Biden were to go do what he could actually do within the power that he has as the executive, he would be admitting failure. And the idea that you're going to come in when the campaign started, when the primaries are pretty much over and you got your two nominees pretty much established, and now you're like, oh, we really need to fix this southern border. How come the House Republicans don't want it? We get it. We know what you're doing. And the only thing worse than leaving the southern border open is leaving it open and not fixing it so that you can try to win an election. Americans will see through that. But he's going to do it tonight. It's going to make you mad. It's going to make me mad. You're going to be yelling at your TV tonight.
Yep, and
You're
you
gonna
can watch us yell at that TV.
Yelling at your computer screen, watching us on YouTube tonight.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? Since you'll be yelling, you might as well join us and we can all just yell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, get a little out. Shout.
Let it all out. On the Annie Fry YouTube channel, here's a personal invitation from me to you on the Annie Fry YouTube channel. So you can go in the YouTube app on your phone or on your computer, whatever it is. Just type in Annie Fry, F-R-E-Y, in YouTube. You'll see our channel pop up right there. Subscribe to the channel, and if you hit notifications on the channel, you'll get alerted when we go live tonight. If you look at the video that's it's scheduled for tonight, about 7:45 tonight, in the description of that video is a link to our bingo cards. And if you want to sign up and secure your bingo card, they're going to randomize, and they're going to get thrown out. I think I have 500 bingo cards that you can grab one, and when they're gone. And play Biden bingo with us. We've all got our card. We want you to play with us. Let's get a big group of AFS fans together and play and scream and laugh and cry and make memories. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Stewart's American Mortgage and the Bagel Loan are a phone call or even a text message away. If you've been thinking about getting a mortgage, if you know you're shopping for a home and you were just thinking, we'll get recommended a mortgage company, we'll just go through them. I want to challenge you on that. This is very simple. 314-324-4440. 314-324-4440. Stewie's direct line. You text him there. He's going to get that phone number. When I talk to him about the economy, if something's going crazy, if the Fed is doing something, Stewie's my guy. That's the number I call to talk to Stewie. And that's the number you can call and text to talk to Stewie or to get the conversation going about your mortgage. 314-324-4440. The Bagel Loan makes it so that you do not have to pay any closing costs. They aren't there. They don't exist. This can save you thousands of dollars when you're going to get that mortgage. If you're looking for a refinance, the Bagel Loan can help you too. Rates have been super high. Maybe the rates have come down since you got your last mortgage. Get that rate secured lower and do it with Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. I'm a 2-time customer of the Bagel Loan myself. I highly recommend them as a personal customer. 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
There's breaking news all day long from around the world, and sometimes all that noise makes it hard to hear about what's happening right here at home. With the free Odyssey app, getting your local news plus breaking news is easy. And even when you're not near a radio, stay connected with what's going on right here by listening live and push alerts. Just download the free Odyssey app and search and follow your local news station, and you're good to go. The local breaking news to get you through your day at your fingertips on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure, it's just not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of St. Louis Sinus Centers called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, congestion? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with St. Louis Sinus Centers. Call 314-332-2885. 314-332-2885. That's 314-332-2885.
I'm embarrassed to say this. I've been using deodorant on my armpits for 30 years, and anytime I noticed odor anywhere else, I thought I needed another shower, I wasn't clean, or I felt like there was something wrong with me. And then my gynecologist told me about Lumi. It's a whole body deodorant for pits, feet, and privates that controls odor anywhere and everywhere on your body. Since Lumi, I never have to worry about body odor ever again, anywhere on my body. And that reassurance is worth every penny.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 300 and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code 300. LUMEdeodorant.com, code 300 for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I am so sure you're going to love it. Or return it for free. That's LUMEdeodorant.com, code 300 for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. LUMEdeodorant.com, code 300.
We have a calling, a vision, a dream, but being one of us requires heart, drive, and unmatched dedication. I'm Officer Jacob Boomgarden with the Springfield, Missouri Police Department. And if you share the same calling as my fellow officers and I do, we invite you to apply. Our next police academy starts soon. Work hard and dedicate yourself to the craft, and I promise you'll see amazing opportunities presented to you. Visit gospd.com. GoSPD.com. Brought to you by the Springfield, Missouri Police Department.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for the Honor Flight today at gsLHonorFlight.org. And for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
There's a music station that fits your taste at Odyssey.com. Download the app for instant access to hundreds of music stations and listen live to 97.1 FM Talk. The Odyssey app. Download it or stream from 971talk.com. You're listening to The Annie Fry Show on St. Louis's home for conservative talk. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. It's State of the Union Day, and naturally we have to be children about it, and we have a Biden bingo card, and we want you to play with us tonight as the State of the Union's going on.
Mm-hmm. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
All the phrases right there for you to check off as they happen.
I added to the bingo, as we've played it before during speeches that he gives during the show, I added a couple things. One of them is 5 seconds of silence.
What about repeating himself?
I added that
you
too.
got that? Okay.
Yes. He has to repeat a phrase, but the 5 seconds of silence has to be him, like, you can plug him back in. You take it out and reboot.
Yeah.
It can't be like him pausing for 5 seconds of faux applause.
Right. Like that was uncomfortable 5 seconds.
Yeah. Like, is he going to come back?
And then the repeating is always something like, because we need to bring down prices. We need to bring down prices.
Yeah. And then he pauses for 5 seconds.
And then
See,
the 5
that's
seconds.
2 squares right there. You can find your bingo card and reserve it. There are a limited amount available. It is on the YouTube channel, the Annie Fry YouTube channel, in the description of the video where we will go live tonight. So if you haven't found us yet on YouTube, go to the Annie Fry YouTube channel. You'll see we're scheduled to go live at 7:45 p.m. In the description of that video is a link, and you can secure your own bingo card. Please come play with us. I am okay with that.
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
Hi, Trisha.
Hi, Annie and crew.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Crew.
Hi, crew. I'm Annie.
We can start calling you that.
Oh, the City Museum is attempting the world record for underwear worn on visitors' heads.
Whoa.
That's right. Our very
This is a local story.
own St. Louis City Museum.
Start from the beginning.
Okay. Our very own St. Louis City Museum, in celebration of 314 Day, is encouraging guests to wear underwear on their heads for the Guinness World Record.
But they're going to look silly.
Right. The museum said underwear will be provided to participants around 1:45 p.m. on March 14th, and a Guinness World Records adjudicator will be on site to verify the count. The current record to beat is 270 pair.
You know, we make the top of a lot of lists. This seems like a bold attempt to not be like on the murder list.
My hope is that this one doesn't cross over with that one. Like there's
That's naturally how this is going to go.
like that one record is set, not two.
Do you have
No
to be
crime.
you have to be at the same place at the same time?
You do.
So we
yes.
can't like do it in the studio and have it count?
Well,
Except
you
for Ryan could.
You should do it in the studio,
Ryan should.
probably.
People would tune
it
in
wouldn't
like
count.
crazy.
What if
My
they're
gosh, look at that guy's wearing underwear on his head.
What if there depends?
I was gonna say.
Then no, Pooper P will come out of my head. He'll catch all
Annie,
of
are
it.
you okay with wearing underwear on your head?
No.
Okay.
You can just make up a rule about. You can just make up a record about anything, can't you?
Sure.
Trisha, can
This one's a real one, though.
Can you, if you come across anything, I know you don't have much to do in your day.
No. Tons of downtime.
I think that I think Ryan Wiggins should break. You need to be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
He does. This is true.
This is the original conversation of the CDR.
Oh yeah, the circular donut raft for those who
Which we own one.
We still own one.
We
and there's
own
a
one.
pool upstairs.
There is a pool here.
Your
in
next
this
weather
building.
report.
You're going to let him out in the summer? I thought he only did winter reports.
He's got to be in his
he just has
swimsuit.
Oh no, this will be
pool.
in the winter.
Yeah, I was gonna say he just has to balance on the raft in a pool. Nobody said anything about summer.
That's right. If the water's frozen, it makes it easier.
You said
It'd be
very
really embarrassing.
You
if you don't
said
break
very
that one.
boldly. This is how many years ago is this? 3? Were you on the show when this happened, Brad?
Oh yeah, for sure.
This developed as when you were on the show.
Yeah.
So it might have been 2021. It at the latest spring of 2022. Your brag is your talent to do what?
Balance for a pretty long time on a raft.
You said a world record. You said you could.
I never said I'd set a world record.
Yes, you did. I did a story. There was a story about somebody set the record on this, and you were like, I could do better than that. And you said it was one of your great skills.
Oh, Pshaw, Christina Pshaw. But
That's a deep cut.
I cannot necessarily set a world record with doing that, but I'm not going to rule it out.
My parents have a pool. Brad has a circular donut raft.
Literal donut.
I need a good one, though. I can't have one of those cheapo ones.
He invested in the very best for you, Ryan Wiggins.
I don't believe
It's a literal donut.
It can't be a
raft.
little one. It's got to
No.
be the big one.
It's
the
not
big
a,
one.
It's not a literal
Okay.
donut.
Okay.
Although I would pay to see
It's
that.
got to be a big literal
It's
donut.
it's a literal donut raft.
Okay.
It's a raft that looks like a donut.
Circular donut raft CDR.
Will you try it?
Yeah. I've always been willing to try it.
Trisha, since you don't have much to do.
Sure.
Can we broadcast poolside? Maybe we can raise money or something.
In theory. Mm-hmm.
Not for you, Ryan Wiggins.
I like how this is coming together.
If I
though.
get a
Maybe we
sponsor,
can raise money or something. I don't know.
If I get a sponsor to broadcast poolside, where Ryan has to do the broadcast from a raft floating in the middle of the pool.
The whole broadcast?
The whole thing?
I don't know, Mr. Guinness Book of World
Is
Records.
he standing on the raft or is he allowed to sit on the raft?
No, he
No,
said
I
he has
gotta
to stand.
And I can
Oh.
stand on a raft
So
for a
he's
long
gonna
time.
last like 30 seconds.
No. That's ridiculous. I could last for a few minutes standing on a raft. But I need to know what the record is. Because if the record's like 4 days, then I'm okay, fine. I'm not gonna try it.
We're gonna table this. we're going to get a sponsor and we're going to broadcast live and we're going to see how full of crap you are.
Yes.
At my
all of
parents'
that.
house.
No, you
Mom
won't,
and Dad,
because I'll
I'm
be
going to
wearing
text you.
Depends.
Campbell's releasing a grilled cheese and tomato soup. The internet, Instagram specifically, is abuzz about Campbell's combo of grilled cheese and tomato soup all in one can.
Ryan, you want to take this one? Pretty happy over there.
I love this. I just had this for dinner last night. I had chicken salad chick which is stupid for me to admit.
Did you eat your sandwich with your pinky out?
I can't say. I was in my car.
My husband and I love chicken salad chick.
It's so good.
Sometimes it's not the first thing that comes to my mind, but if I realize that we're hungry and able to do a chicken salad chick, it's like a holiday.
I know, and it's not that expensive, but I still ate it in my car because I felt weird.
Like you didn't want your family to see you?
Like I just didn't want to sit in there. It says chick.
From your family?
Why didn't you take it home?
It was just me. I had to drop a kid off at a practice, and then I had a few minutes.
We will have the pool remote catered by chicken salad chick.
Yes. Okay,
That's
now
fine.
we can do it.
That's fine.
Can we get you chicken salad chick swim trunks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what are they made of? Are they normal and they just say chicken salad chick on them, or are they made of chicken salad?
I will not be present for that.
Annie, are you okay with grilled cheese and tomato soup all in one can?
I don't like tomato soup.
Oh.
But that kind of eliminates me. But I even think as somebody who doesn't like tomato soup, that seems like an obvious pairing that would probably be delicious, to the point where I might actually like the soup now when I wouldn't normally get tomato soup
Is
at
it
all.
like chunks of grilled cheese in there?
I doubt that.
It's probably just a cheesy based,
a
creamy
cheese blend
based
in there. With,
yeah.
I'm going to pass on that.
I don't know. If you use the word chunks, I'm in.
Oh God. That's what we're gonna call your swimsuit. Swim chunks.
It's just gonna dissolve when he gets in there. TikTok trend has people.
I'm not going to fall in the water, though. You understand? I'm on the raft.
We have people no longer.
It's a risky little game.
Listening to the show because I don't like tomato soup. Who knew?
TikTok trend. That is interesting. TikTok trend has people chugging olive oil. In recent months, drinking olive oil has become trendy. People are downing shots, mixing it in their morning coffee, and chugging it straight from the bottle.
I've heard of mixing like heavy fat sources in your coffee.
According to the Cleveland Clinic, the trend has huge health benefits, including improvement of cardiovascular health, lowering cholesterol, and may even help protect against certain cancers. Annie, are you okay with it may. we should never know.
They can do a whole lot of things, maybe.
And it may even cure cancer.
May send you right to the bathroom.
Drinking olive oil?
No. I mean, I don't. I have apple cider vinegar is something that you can add to your diet that makes it's supposed to make a really big difference in like leveling out your sugar, the way your body processes sugar and everything. And I have tried to do that. And here's my problem. I am so ADHD when it comes to these types of trends that I would be like mixing apple cider vinegar with my olive oil and chugging it and hating life. And at the end, I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm seeing immediate results. I'm never doing this again. I wouldn't do that. What do you call the coffee when you put all the stuff in the coffee?
Well, that's usually the keto coffee.
No, it's not keto. It's something. Somebody's gonna.
What are you putting in it? Like chunks?
Oh, see, the
chicken
White
salad?
Eagle Ranger says butter in coffee. People do that. People put butter straight into coffee. There's a name for it. It's like it's not nitro coffee, but it's a way that you can put a bunch of stuff to really. It's
Like
not
supposed
French
to be
press
good for you stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Like if you go to the coffee shop and they're like, "You need me to chunk that up for you?" You just say yes.
You can put collagen in your coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I don't know what the name. It'll come to me right when it's no longer useful.
So no drinking olive oil.
I'm
straight
not
up
doing
for
that.
You, though.
No.
Philadelphia Philly fans are scrapping $1 hot dog nights following unruly fan behavior. For more than
In Philly?
Philly. In
Philadelphia?
For more than a quarter century, Philly fans have enjoyed $1 hot dog night as a ballpark promotion. But an April 11th game last year saw a food fight break out where fans tossed the dogs at each other and onto the field. So this year the Phillies say no more. Annie, are you okay with food fights?
No, I don't want to be in a food fight. I feel like maybe the $1 hot dog, oh, you guys can't, this is why we can't have nice things, is really a cover for inflation.
Kind of feels that way, doesn't it?
Like, you just can't afford $1 hot dog night anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I'm always thinking
You don't think it's punishment for people just launching dogs at each other?
I think that if the Phillies are making money on $1 hot dog night, they don't care. They don't care about other behavior from their fans. Philadelphia is like known for the worst fans in sports in the history of sports.
They booed Santa Claus.
Yeah. They love Jason Kelsey, though, and so do I. I I don't think that this happens if they're making money. And if they're not making money and they want to get rid of dollar hot dog night because it's killing them, this is a good reason to do it. Boy, am I a skeptic.
I want to watch that fight in slow motion.
The hot dog fight?
Yeah.
Wow.
How many hot dogs can you eat in a sitting if you have no shame?
8 or 9.
Oh
maybe.
my gosh. Are you serious?
Well, it depends on if they're big. If they're the little ones, I could, like little Smokies, I could eat probably 10 or so.
Well, little Smokies.
Those are little Smokies. Those aren't hot
You
dogs.
can only eat 10 little Smokies?
No, legit sit down, not like quarter-pound hot dogs, just a hot dog that you would make your kids.
So I'm not Kobayashiing it. I'm just eating a hot dog.
I don't care how you eat it. I'm
Okay.
just so many
has to be
questions.
qualified.
Yes. I want
Okay.
you to question Joe Biden. You'd have him, he'd be like, I quit. I can't do this anymore. This is too hard.
If I had to just sit down, if I was really hungry, how many could I eat? 4.
With bun?
Yeah.
What are you putting on it?
Just ketchup.
Like a true Midwesterner.
I think I could get 7 with a bun.
How many hot dogs could you eat?
I'm 4 with mustard.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. I think
feel
I'm
lame
stopping
now.
at 2. You are.
Well, ouch.
Well, I beat you.
Yes, you did. I feel very defeated.
That's what people are. Hey, that's the title of the hour, Leah.
Yeah.
Ryan can eat more hot dogs than Annie.
My favorite way to eat a hot dog is microwaved in the microwave
Oh, no, on a roller.
with a slice of American cheese and ketchup.
It's a good way to do it.
I
wouldn't do the ketchup, but the cheese, you slice it in half and put it in the microwave.
Yeah, I don't need it to be fancier than that. Then you eat a really good fancy gourmet hot dog. You're like, okay, this is good. But that is not accessible. You know what it is?
Uh-huh.
That thing that I just did in the microwave.
Man, you know what? If you go to a Cardinal game and they got the buffet out, if you got a nice seat or whatever, put the.
Do you notice how his voice goes down?
Put the
And it's a little after
they're
midnight.
gonna
I
have
don't like it.
nachos out. They're gonna have nachos out.
Nacho cheese
You
on your
grab
hot
that
dog?
nacho cheese, you put it on your hot dog.
Ooh, he's not wrong.
The
No.
voice doesn't lie.
I bet it lies all the time.
All the time.
I bet you tell your greatest lies
Yeah, but
in
they're,
that
they're,
voice.
they're sweet little lies.
Can you not? I
Fleetwood
need to-
Mac wrote a song about that voice. Go ahead.
Video shows husband stuck in Delta airplane bathroom. A family was traveling from Salt Lake City to New Orleans when dad decided to use the restroom. After a few minutes, mom and 2 kids started to wonder where he was. And
there's only a few places that you can check.
Then
Dad fell out.
Then the murmurs amongst the plane passengers started where that somebody was stuck in the bathroom. Video of the incident shows a pilot kicking the door in an effort to loosen it up while flight attendants assisted in pulling it open. As an apology, the airline reportedly offered the family 2,000 Sky Miles worth $23.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a real malfunction of the plane and I can think of, I don't like small spaces, and being stuck when my family is on the other side and wondering how long it can get hot in those bathrooms. I don't know that I would handle that very well, and $23. It's like you charged me more than $23 in fees to get on this.
Yeah,
death
that's how
trap.
much a soda costs
Yes.
on the airplane.
Give me a break.
The question is, are you okay with airplane bathrooms?
I'm glad they're there.
Yeah.
In case of an emergency.
Yes, I do everything I can. I'm really good at holding it. And my kids, if we're flying somewhere, and especially my 7-year-old, she'll get up and she'll be like, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. It doesn't bother her at all. But I'm always like, please don't get sucked down that hole. Please come back. And I'm just like leaning with the most terrified face.
You like go in there with her and
open
hold
the
her
door.
hands.
Open the door. Well, you can't. You can't go with them.
Like they won't let you in there.
There's not enough room.
Not if, I mean, we always,
They're
I
tight.
always sit up.
She tries.
We always sit as close to the front of the plane because you get off
Mm-hmm.
faster. I know it's all going to the same place and everybody will get off eventually, but I want to sit up as close
It's
to the
way
front.
better to be up front.
Yes, I
Yeah.
don't like going to the back. Brad and I rode
Yeah.
in the back of the plane.
Yeah,
Was
she
it
was-
between McAllen and Dallas?
Yeah.
And that was the whole ride was like
Yep.
very bouncy. And I was thinking, I'm glad that I've upgraded in the past to sit in the front. And I ride Southwest. It's just like the Thunderdome to get those front seats. You can't have people standing up by the cockpit next to the bathroom. So if your kid goes up there, they got to be able to do it by themselves. So
I'm
I
sorry,
can't.
ma'am. You need to sit down. You need to let her go through this by herself.
What, the hole? No, don't do it. Don't take her. And then she comes out. She's the happiest person on the plane.
Oh yeah, she's probably feeling great then.
I went through so many scenarios in my mind in those 6 minutes, and she's just like, "Hi, Mom."
The scenarios, I would like to just do a whole break tomorrow where you give the possible scenarios of losing a
You just hear
child in an airport bathroom.
And then I look out the window and Evelyn's like, wee.
Yeah, she's on the wing.
As if that's where everything that goes through that hole is just going. You never know with planes these days, guys. Have you heard the stories? Oh, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on Instagram at The Annie Fry Show.
Just imagine being walked all over for 36 years. Who would do that? The great customers of Reinhold Flooring, that's who. For over 3.5 decades, Reinhold Flooring has been the mecca for carpet, hardwood, vinyl, laminate, and area rugs. Reinhold Flooring is customer-driven with a focus on top-quality products and installations from the best team in the business. So come on in and walk all over your next flooring at Reinhold Flooring. Visit them at 5429 Telegraph Road in St. Louis or online at reinholdflooring.com.
And paid for by America First Tax Group. Attention, if you or your business is behind in filing your tax returns, or if you owe over $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS, please listen carefully. The IRS does not joke around and will not stop their collection efforts. If you're tired of the IRS letters, levies, liens, or wage garnishments and would like to get a fresh start, we can help. Due to the financial hardships in the country, the IRS is making it easier than ever to settle tax problems for those who owe more than $10,000. We can help settle your delinquent tax problems, end all collections, and may even reduce your back taxes significantly. Even if you can't afford to pay your back taxes, you can still get the help you need. We've helped thousands of taxpayers just like you. But you must call 800-212-5471 today to stop your tax problem from getting worse. The information is free and the help is real. Call 800-212-5471. That's 800-212-5471. Again, 800-212-5471.
Jules on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches on site. Jules on Hampton is a premier jeweler with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jules on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches. Bring in your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jules on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. Jules on Hampton.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Selling your home? Every situation is unique. Find the best options that are right for you from the real estate team who offer more options. My friends Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty. Check out the only agents I trust. Go to thegelmanteam.com. That's thegelmanteam.com.
We're going to have an Annie Fry Show live stream tonight. You can join us for the State of the Union. We'll be watching it and kind of commenting along and keeping track of how Donald Trump comments as well. So join us on that live stream. We're also live streaming right now on multiple platforms. If you want to join us there, vote in the YouTube live chat poll. Can Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union? Yes or no? Let us know. We'll get the results here in just a minute. 250. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon getting ready to go here after Fox News. I had a fascinating half-hour conversation with someone that all of you know, each and every one of you. This person does not like Trump. This person wants to come on the show and explain his position. I'll tell you about it coming up after 3.
The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
It's bullet coffee or bulletproof coffee is what we were trying to come up with before. You just like dump everything in the kitchen sink in and you're like, starting my day off right.
Okay.
Have you ever had that?
No, it sounds like they're two different things. Bullet and bulletproof sound like the opposite of each other.
I have a heart condition, and some of the stuff that you put in there is not supposed to be had by me.
Well, I don't know much. I couldn't even come up with a name, but that's what it is. And I know people who do it for health purposes. I cannot imagine drinking olive oil, as Trisha was suggesting. It was a health trend right now. I'm curious, did we grow up in the 80s and the 90s with trends the way kids these days are growing up with trends? I mean, it's all consolidated with a hashtag on social media. Is it the same thing that we went through, or is this an entirely different animal?
I think it is the same thing. It's just happening a lot faster now. I can't think of any from when we were in high school.
I mean, like, trends were more like fashion trends, starter jackets, Doc Martens.
The toy to have or the shoes to have or
Garbage Pail Kids, Cabbage Patch Kids.
Wasn't so much the things you were doing.
Right.
Because if you did them, nobody would know.
Right.
It's not like you could film it and document it for the world to see because nobody gave it crap.
That's true. It just seems like there was that kind of stuff, though, that you do. I just can't remember any of it. Oh, yes, I do. It was the stuff like Bloody Mary and that kind of stuff. Although I don't know
Those
if
are
that's
like urban legends.
Yeah, but that's the kind of stuff it was.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Yeah, that stuff.
You guys did a lot of like Satan stuff.
I didn't do any of it, but it was there. There were Ouija board nights that I was like going home, not participating.
Was there ever a Ouija board around at something you were at and you couldn't leave because you were like 12?
I don't think so.
What'd you do? Call mom and dad? Hey, mom, dad, Ouija board, come get me.
Well, I didn't have a phone, so.
You have to call it. You have to ask mom and dad.
Yeah, you have to use the dial phone.
Hey, your kids are using devil stuff downstairs. Can I call my parents?
I think I was enough of a loudmouth that I'd be like, no way, man, that's Satan stuff.
Yeah.
And then it'd kind of shake everybody up a little bit. I don't think they would do it.
I was at a slumber party. I think it was in it was probably 6th grade. And they got the Ouija board out. And I just went into the other room where they were watching Stephen King's It.
Oh, that's better.
Man.
No, I was like, ooh, this is a tough one.
I went to the wrong party.
I think I remember going upstairs to the kitchen and talking to the mom who was there. Just like having a conversation.
What color is that fridge? I've been looking for that.
But in a mini.
Yeah, because I'm still small.
For my bedroom at
You
home.
call that Harvest Gold?
Can Biden change your opinion of himself tonight at the State of the Union? Yes or no? That's the Annie Fry YouTube channel, and we are collecting your votes right now on the Annie Fry YouTube page. I just opened the YouTube tab on my computer here, and it's the video of you It's asking me how my memories are.
Oh, yeah, I remember doing that.
If you haven't seen that video on our YouTube channel, go to the shorts. I laugh louder every time I watch Ryan realize what he said.
Whoops.
What do you think? Brad, I'll ask you this first. We talked about it a little bit in the beginning of the show. You guys had a change of heart in one segment, but what do you think? Can you change your opinion? Can you make a difference?
The possibility exists, but it's so remote that it's statistically not relevant. So, no, he can't change my opinion.
Is there anything that he could say that you're like, all right, I'll give him credit for that?
Well, somebody asked in the chat earlier, is there anything that he has done that you do like? And I really am giving that a lot of thought, and I can't come up with anything. I mean, like it was like, oh well, he lowered the price of prescription drugs. It's like, yeah, but that's government price control, and that's not really good.
I'll add that something he's done that I do commend, but is waning, is his unwavering support for Israel.
Well, that's true.
He came out and he stood by our ally with his words and for the most part his actions, but that has been being politically motivated to shift away from that, at least on the surface, on the words, which shows that he is very concerned about the politics of the matter, or the people handling him are. Ryan, can Biden change your opinion of him tonight at the State of the Union?
Well, as you know, I am a swing voter, so I am up for grabs
By
in
the
the
day.
2024 election. I don't know who I'm going to vote for yet, so tonight could make a huge difference.
Is there
Yes.
anything that he could say to you tonight when he's standing there that makes you go, okay, I see you, President Biden?
As Brad said, the possibility, based on his track record of the way he speaks and what he's willing to highlight, I just don't see him doing that. It would have to be such an about face from what he's done so far. So no.
There's nothing he's going to say that's going to change my opinion of him. If he says something that I agree with, I can acknowledge that I agree with it, but the chance that he's saying it because he thinks it's going to win votes, to me, is 100%. Russell said yes, but only in the more negative direction. Larry said no in the poll. Biden will remain the worst president in American history. Chris Danielle said, I chose no, but now I'm thinking yes. He could impress me by sounding even more like a nincompoop. Yelling and whispering, LOL. Yelling and whispering are both on the bingo card for tonight. And if you go to the Annie Fry YouTube channel right now, just type in Annie Fry, F-R-E-Y, and you'll see that we are scheduled tonight to go live at 7:45. The link for your bingo card is in the description of that video. The results, with crawling up to 300 votes on today's poll, 94% of you say no. He can't do
Wow.
anything tonight to change your mind. So let's all watch it together. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. And keep it right here on 97.1 because we're going to continue to cover it through the entire evening. Don't go away.
Hi, it's Scott and Andrea from Best Buy Flooring with exciting news.
We've joined forces with Carpet for Less to open in South County. To celebrate our grand opening, buy 1 square foot of in-stock hardwood at the low price of $2.99 and get 1 square foot free.
Plus, all of your favorites, a huge selection of vinyl plank, vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, laminate, carpet tile, and carpet, all at low, low prices.
Come see us at our new South County location at 13520 Tesson Ferry Road between 270 and 141.
Visit us anytime at our Hazelwood, Missouri and O'Fallon, Illinois locations, open 7 days a week. Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy Flooring.
If you're one of those folks who celebrate St. Patrick's Day like a national holiday, you need to meet my friend Grillmaster Tony. Mark Cox here for GrillmasterTony.com. He's got a St. Patrick's Day special of corned beef and cabbage and red potatoes and carrots, and let Tony do the cooking for you. Of course, he can also make a brisket, a hand-selected, ordered, delivered, wrapped, rested, hot, and ready to eat. You can order online right now at GrillmasterTony.com. Mark Cox, join me, Annie Fry, and Mark Reardon, along with Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw of the Retirement Advisory Group. They're holding their next Protecting Your Retirement educational event Tuesday, March 26th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Seats are limited, so go online at retirementkey.com. Here's Thomas with more.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired and wondering what to do with your life savings? Are you concerned about market volatility that's likely to occur as we get closer to the election? Would you like to know why linking to the market is smarter and safer than owning the market? Did you know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can roll over your company retirement plan tax-free to protect your nest egg from any losses and provide more income than your current plan? You'll get all the answers and more. If you're 59 and a half or older, you can't afford to miss this event.
Protect your retirement nest egg and join the